Start my shit too. I told you I was gonna be side streaming. Chess, yeah. I mean, I'm very much impressed for what I see with the picture right there. If that's who I'm talking to, you know, not like like on some Jessica X shit. Got a picture there and then you gotta ask and she won't tell you. You know what I mean? I like Jessica too. Jessica subscribed to me. I don't know if she still subscribed to me because oh my bad. Yeah, I'm going. Sometime I ramble. Pardon me. I was just saying, yeah, Jessica, I think she subbed to me, but I can't tell if she still subbed to me, man, because it don't show. Mm-hmm. I heard you talking. Yeah, I heard you talking. I might have a delay. Yes, I was making a joke. Uh, Wody Mac. Yeah, Wody Mac. No, I wasn't asking. I was making a little Jessica X joke. The avatar be mad pretty, but you don't know if that's who you talking to. Huh? Kane the God. I heard the name, but I don't know. Mhm. Oh man. Pardon me 1 second. I don't see nothing wrong with that picture. Not at all. That's a very good picture. Ah, I stopped watching certain streams from the clouds just cause. Wow, hold up. Oh, you was there. Oh, yo, I appreciate that, bro. That goes to show you got good discernment. Didn't. I haven't been there since. Haven't been there since, bro. Have not. When that happened, I'm like, I had to sit back and I analyzed some things. And I was like, why am I sitting here arguing or trying to just like, because I like good debate and good conversation. But why am I trying to have a discussion with people who don't want to really honestly talk? You know what I mean? They don't want to hear an alternate point of view. And I understand just being me. I understand people see things differently and not everybody's going to come to an agreement. So I'm always of the mindset, be unbiased and try to be balanced in my approach, understand your side, understand this side so I can formulate a good talking point or at least give you another avenue, the way to see it. What's up, Mella? What's going on? That yeah, your avatar gone.
I love my people.
The last morning I spent with my ex-wife, this is exactly what I said to her that morning. What the fuck happened to you? Exact words.
Well, you stupid,
What
man.
the fuck happened to you?
You stupid. You stupid,
Oh
man.
wow, that's the way you said it, huh? Okay.
But,
Hmm.
And
but
that was all
I
I
think,
said.
Mella, you sound totally different on the StreamYards microphone, man.
I'm
It
just playing.
does, right? But the problem is I'm not willing to invest in that type of reliable connection. So I get
No,
it
I
in
think
when
it's
I
that
can.
app. I think it's that app. On Zoom, you sound one way, and on StreamYard, you sound. So I don't recognize your voice on StreamYard. I think again, it could be their
It's more
audio
piercing, right? It's more
more
piercing. I was
clear,
surprised.
more
Yeah, I'm
clear.
surprised as well. I'm actually pleased about it, but I'm not gonna be tempted.
yeah, it
Um,
sounds good.
yeah,
But you know what? I'm glad Miller is on here and
Hey,
well,
L. Nixon, brother.
hey, and what's going on? And Bodie Mac and NT, right? So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
like, okay, so there's like an observation, right? Um, so like me and NT, like we was like when I say me and Auntie used to hold it down, like we used to be on, I'm talking 8 hours, man. I don't know how the hell we was just talking about all type of BS, man, right? And we was going through the pandemic, and and then Joshua London is around. There's a lot of cats was around back then. Um, I don't know if Mella was like she came back when I forgot when I got introduced to Mella, but I think like because the streams used to be cool and like we used to have Freaky Fridays. We had a lot of fun. And I think like in my observation, like like when it comes to the guys, you got to think about it, right? So it's Bomb's channel was like pretty much I would say like a co-ed, but it's like pro women, right? Because of course she's a woman. But
Mm-hmm.
I think well, my observation, what could have been uh I think better is like the ladies were in the chat, right? And if you think about it, the men were primarily always like carrying the panel after like Bond would go to sleep, right? So,
Yep.
the longer you talk, the conversations always they go up and down. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it could turn into a guy's conversation and you forget, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's people in the chat. So, sometimes you got to bring it back around, right? But
Yeah.
I think things would go better if the women got more involved in the panel a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there was a lot of guys carrying the panel when I was over there, and getting more involved more on the panel than
Hmm.
in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually have a hand in changing that conversation, kind of like steer it to where you want it to go. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we forget, and we might have been talking about some locker room shit. You know what I'm saying? But instead in the chat, come up there, you ladies love bomb, like yo, come up there and try to help steer the channel. Because if the men wasn't there, would who would run the panel? But I
Well,
think
the,
if maybe I'm wrong. Let me know, man.
you
It
have to
it would just
consider.
end early. I think what it would be was it would just end early. Nobody would be out up. You know what I mean? For the most part, because I don't think nobody would sit there and do like what Kev would do, what Rue was doing, what I was doing because and me because I saw well shit nobody else is here and I'm up. Hey, I'm glad to. It might help me also build up a little bit of rapport too on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
So
he
I
was
was
doing
willing.
before. Like he figured it out, and he ended up doing the channel. So Mella, give me your take on that. Like I'm just giving an observation.
I've considered um, the usefulness of women being able to volunteer for co-hosts for
Uh-huh.
long periods of time, right?
Uh-huh.
It's just that you have to consider that those ladies have children. See,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
difference
true.
when you examine, because I've thought about this
Yeah.
objectively. When you examine the women and the men
Mm-hmm.
who have committed to co-hosting activities and
Mm-hmm.
who did what the longest, you have to think about the fact, in my humble opinion, it is of interest to me to consider. I should say that because I can't tell you how to think. So
Yeah.
it's of interest to me to consider that those women are custodial parents. Okay. Now, at any given moment, something urgent, and then you have other women that actually have a job they got to wake up and go to. So you know, it's difficult to say that they didn't want to do it. Of course, they wanted to do it. It's just not feasible, and
Right, right.
that's a real thing. I'm sure they wanted to, um, commit to the amount of hours that Rude did and Wody Mac and Kev and whoever committed like whoever was known for an extraordinary amount of co-host time. Like
Yeah.
I just called them facilitators, basically.
Yeah.
Whoever committed to being a facilitator of that channel during the time period where a bomb was welcome to rest, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure those women wanted to do that, but you can't. I mean, a custodial parent is a 24-hour gig. And then if you got to wake up and go to work in the morning, and it's a good government job and you better not be late and that type of
Yeah,
shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like there's only so much
Yeah.
that you can really
But
do.
Miller, but you see, and that's why I asked because you made a good point. You know, you brought in something that you know what I mean I didn't consider. But I'm saying I'm coming from the aspect of like you gave me another perspective. But you know what I mean like people could have took the perspective of
But
hey
see,
well
Kev is a custodial parent, but however, his child is younger.
yeah
I'm sorry, is more self. She
Older.
has graduated to self care. These women that Bomb has an affection for, they actually have young lap sized children, like little bitty children that need help. You know what I'm saying?
but
And
no
so it's not that I'm saying that the custodial parenting thing is an excuse. I'm saying, people that got to get up and go to work to their good government job and people that got to take care of little bitty toddlers, that is something to consider now.
but
Come on.
I'm just coming from the aspect right because you know like some people could
But
take a
true,
look at it
truth be
and
told, Rude was holding that shit down.
yeah
And
yeah
unfortunately, or, Rude is the type of person that if he don't want to hear what you got to say, he will shut you down. And it became burdensome to women that just wanted to frolic on the panel any way they chose to. He was like, "Nah, as a man, I'm gonna need you to watch your mouth." And then next thing you know, the conflict erupted, and I just remember everybody having a good
but
time.
even before
And
that
I'm
though
very sorrowful. I'm like, damn, everybody used to have a good time. I'm out of this shit. Bye.
but
You
even
know?
before that Miller even before that Miller I'm saying it's easy for a person, and I'm just looking at it from different ways. It's easier for a person to say, well, damn. So for the last year, I see a lot of men on the panel, but the women in the chat saying whatever they say, like, are they in the chat because they pretty much want the opportunity to be have the men on the panel so they can like come, they can say all type of crazy stuff, and
Who
they
know?
could get on the
Who?
panel, but they don't want to get on the panel.
You know
They
what,
just
brother?
no,
Who know?
I'm just giving an observation. I'm saying that's
I
how
am as
people think.
well. It was kind of perplexing that it seemed as if it was an opportunity for everybody to pick at one another,
Yeah,
and then it got to the point where people were getting picked at seriously, and
yeah, yeah,
then it escalated from there to the point
yeah.
where I would dare say is probably of no return. Now I know Rude has been very optimistic at one point. I don't know if he feels that way now, but at one point he was optimistic. He's like, yeah, give it a couple of weeks, we'll be cool again. And then I'm thinking that he's saying lately, like, nah, ain't no going back.
Yeah, but
So
let
I
me
don't
tell you,
know.
let
But
me
Well,
he's
tell
that
you
not
that's
this.
done
the
with
good thing.
bomb.
Hey,
He's
we
not
got
done with bomb,
Kev
so that's cool.
504 and Rude
Yeah.
up here now.
So,
So
so,
That's
so,
they
hold
can
right.
on.
answer.
I
All
saw
right,
So,
brother.
Kev came and I didn't even get a chance to shout out Kev. Shout out Kev.
look,
Shout
That's
out
Kevy
Rude.
Kev.
You know.
That's
India.
Kevy
Hey
Kev,
Mel, hey
Rude, and
Nick.
Hey,
everybody.
What's up,
so
All
Rude?
right.
before we get
What's
it
up?
over,
What's up,
I'm a
MD?
let me just
hush.
say this.
I'm a
Hold on,
hush.
before we get it over, let me just say this, right? The reason why, you know what I'm saying, like, even with the ladies, even with a lot of people, even with the brothers, reason why, I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, where it's hard to get mad at Rue, right? Because like even if he say something like you know what I mean, saying that might irritate you, he come back the next day, he might say some shit, you be like, yo, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's so that's the hook, like is you know what I mean? Don't be 100
Well,
with you,
he
like
never took it personal. He
exactly, and
laughed at the insults until
yeah,
it drained off into someone that wasn't about that shit.
yeah,
You
and then
know,
he always say this,
it,
which I respect. He's like,
he was
yo,
like,
you
okay,
can,
y'all telling jokes on me, ha ha ha,
yeah,
he. But then
yeah,
when it went to somebody that they should know wasn't about that shit, that's when he got pissed off, in my humble opinion.
but what I respect is when a person say, "Hey, look, nobody's above approach, even me." So like, if you got some issue with me, you can come at me too, yo. So as far as like taking accountability and like, yo, like I'm not above, you know, what you got to say. So tell me what you got to say, like. So yeah, I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that, but
I'm just
it's
saying,
It
Rude been saying that shit since day one.
facts. So it's good to have you know Rue up here. You know, Care
Yo,
504. You know what I'm saying? I love New Orleans. Everybody know that. Misha Mack. You know, Indian.
Yeah. Hey, Misha, baby. Hey. Hey,
Hey,
Miller.
Like Ruth said, you
Yeah,
got it.
Misha Mac, you
Indian,
know,
all the lovely ladies. Look,
Yeah,
it can be mended if you want it to be mended. However, I would understand if you all don't want to fuck with each other anymore. I just remember the good times. That's all I can say.
I don't.
I'm
Certain
trying to.
people
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to.
just don't
Trying to.
don't even start it with. I don't even it ain't even with the conversation sometimes. I already saw that coming.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
rule,
Now
since we're on
I'm just
rule,
tuning.
go ahead. See
Now
the
I'm
thing
tuning. I'm
is
tuning. No. Oh, go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Miss Kevin.
Here's the thing
No,
with
I was saying
rule is
I was
see
tuning in.
go ahead, I got the delay. Go ahead. Let me hit my shit up.
Oh no, you good, man. You good. Nah, I was tuning in. I was just listening. And I was just trying to see like what happened. What happened that quick? Cause you guys was talking about something, and then y'all talked about this part. Like what happened?
He was L. Nixon, the brother was speaking when I came in about decorum on panels and why that's not considered, why decorum isn't considered.
Yeah.
Like if you got a good thing, right? If you got a good thing and you communicating with one another, why you got to fuck it up? You know,
Facts.
that's what
True.
L. Nixon was talking about.
Yeah, man. And here's the
Okay.
thing, man. Like a lot of times when we're co-hosting or whatever, and like even if we holding the channel down, yo, if you in that spot, man, you definitely got to protect that person's channel. You know, when Auntie
Hmm.
did it, when I did it, even when Rue, been doing it recently, like people really been trying to you got to understand, man, you holding that person down, man, and you taking that serious because that is their channel. Um, I always talk about the new guys, like we had to understand our place, man. We don't run people's channel, man. We trying to hog stuff or do certain things. Like we have a place. You gotta know what it is.
I thought it was a brilliant innovation to assign co-hosts and let that shit just roll. I thought that was innovative and I really appreciated it because a lot of people are up at night and it was a all is welcome type of situation and I just thought it was brilliant. And then personalities, well anyway, so since this is Ant's live stream, um, I'm one for questions, right? And if you don't mind me asking, you
what's
know,
up?
if you had it to do all over again, what would you say went left? I'm saying what would you say went left? Not where you or her or them or whoever. What would you say went left as to when the time period where you first was introduced to the panel and you were having discussions and then it went left? What would you say in hindsight caused it to go left?
No, I mean, okay.
As far as your interest of participating.
No, I mean, I would have just established, as far as my channel was concerned, I would establish some ground rules earlier. You know what I'm saying? Just way earlier about just the way it's gonna be, the direction it's gonna go in, and make sure that people involved plus subscribers just understood like this is what we're gonna tolerate here, this is what we're not gonna tolerate here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of just kind of just playing it by ear, and then some
But
people are cool with shit, some people aren't, and then all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm
but
saying? Because you can't please
that's the whole
everybody all the time.
thing. It wasn't orchestrated, right? It was organic. So really all that could be done was establish the boundaries as it goes because it wasn't a planned uh situation. Like who would have thought that, people would just take over as co-hosts for hours at a time to extend that channel's live stream? Who would have thought that would be a thing, right? And so as time went on, people had to adjust to whether or not they should exercise boundaries or whether or not they should stay on a topic or whether or not they should just stop and say hi. It just became a gone with the wind type of shit, and a lot of times when you're mature, you can get a feel of the environment of conversation that you're in, and you know when to shut your fucking mouth. And sometimes when it's cool for you to just exercise what it is you were triggered about. A lot of people, they don't know how to scope a conversation, right?
Nah, but and that's why it's cool that I got Misha up here and Indian Aura up here because okay, Kane the God was live the other night for like 24 hours, something like that. He done passed out, went to sleep. Misha's able to hold his panel. I'm just saying, she's able to hold his panel down and keep the same vibe that he would have
I
kept
had a
even if
good
he was
time
up.
on his panel before.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but she was able to keep. I'm saying they was able to keep the same vibe just as if he was up there. Things don't just change. It's not like, okay, the cat's away, the mice are gonna play. You know what I'm
Well,
Right.
saying?
Misha,
So
Hey,
those are
Misha.
things that probably should have been
Misha,
established. But I can't really speak on somebody else's channel. You know what I'm
No, but
saying?
you can a
I,
little bit because when you're on there
I'm
and you
reminded of something so funny right now. I'm gonna go on mute because I don't want to forget it, but I'm gonna go on mute. I'm sorry, Indian sweetheart. I'm
so you
sorry.
said baby. That's why I shut up. I shut up, girl. But like I was just trying to say, I was like I was there, you know. So we was there. Me and you was keeping it going, and a couple of other people. So what I'm saying is, that was a good night. It was. Your ass was on there snoring though.
Yeah.
Ant
So
will snore. He will snore. Yes, he will.
he was
But
snoring like a mug though. Like it was like, yeah, you up, nigga. So like, but
That's
it's all
that
good.
pillow drooling snore too.
No, because
Damn.
I said he was out because he had just finished turning up. He had just finished swallowing a shot or two that night, and I watched him. I watched him swallow it. He swallowed it, and I was like, "Oh, he going to sleep. He ain't gonna be up much longer."
Hmm.
Come
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
and it would behoove you to make a habit out of pressing mute whenever you're not speaking, just in case you go to sleep. You know,
I did that 3 times.
some people, some people, they keep their mic live
All
and
right,
they
y'all
go to
stay on
sleep.
this
I
topic.
don't think that they
That
know
shit
that
is
they're doing.
hilarious.
I don't think they know they're doing that because if you check NT, and he was just critiquing King. He was like, that nigga snoring loud as fuck, right? But then Auntie fell asleep like maybe like 2, 3 hours later. And I'm like, damn, Auntie. So,
Yeah.
Did Rude
Candace,
drop off?
Yeah, he said he be
Yeah, he
right
said
back.
he'd be right back.
Oh,
Look,
okay, that's
look
cool.
at look at Misha Mack over there modeling that.
uh,
You might have to
Okay,
highlight
Lane.
that picture right there, Auntie. I've
yeah,
never
put
met
it on
this young
the
lady.
She knows she's going on the big screen.
All right, all
IG.
Thank
right.
you.
That's what's up.
So, Misha.
Yes. No, just wanted to
Oh,
stop by and
very
say hello.
nice.
And that's
Very
one of those
nice.
love making names too, when you think about it. Misha.
Misha be macking. Misha be macking.
Uh-huh.
A man
Very
make real
nice.
good love to and be like, Misha.
Misha, 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 you
Even
have
though
to
you do have it highlighted,
Kind
I
of like little
can't
Sheila.
see it 100%, but I from a little bit of the features, but I mean from here it looks like a very good picture, even though it's about like
Wait, wait,
only the
wait, wait,
size
wait,
of a
wait,
cell
What
phone.
you
wait.
flexing for?
Hey, Kev 504, man. You been hitting the gym, bro? Okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
It's
Kev in the
always
You gotta
gym.
see the
Kev
muscles
been
and
working out.
everything.
I
Okay.
see you, Kev.
it's always
You
been
looking
like
good,
this with
Kev.
guys, man.
Look, I got a little shook when he came up. I'm like, okay, hold
Master
on now.
shoulders. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
Kev.
I'm 6'2", 250, man. Built like an outside linebacker.
Ready. Ready for
Right.
action.
Actually, that's what I
That's
played in. I played football. I played outside linebacker.
I know. I remember
Yeah,
when you was telling your stories about back in the day playing out OLB. I
yeah.
said, oh yeah. I said, I hear it coming right now. The old Al Bundy stories back at Polk High. I ran for 250.
Yeah, when you get old, man, you only all you got is memories, man. That's why the
Yeah.
podcast be like, man, back in '76.
Yeah, I don't see no
Yo, I'm
old
like,
man.
like if I hear
I
Al
know what you
Bundy,
mean.
if I hear Al Bundy tell that same Polk High story, I'm gonna,
With the 250 yards, 100 yards receiving,
I
yeah,
and
jogged
threw
up
2 touchdowns.
I jogged up 3 flights of steps continuously. I was shocked. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
gonna do that shit no more. But I was shocked. I was like, I didn't know I still had it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, there
wait,
was
wait,
a
wait.
time
Yo,
I was exceptionally athletic, and
yeah.
as time went on, I had to, just get my strength back together. And today, I decided to test myself,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked out.
What did you do?
So
What'd you do?
No,
Yeah, I want you to do.
for the
no,
new
I
guys, right?
I
We
ran up
never.
3 flights of steps without stopping.
After was you tired?
Hell yeah.
No.
I was scared. I was like, now how am I gonna pay for this? Am I gonna wake up and I can't feel my legs? And I was scared, but it was something in me that just wanted to try it, you know. But
Yeah, you
I
feeling the
I got
burn like you supposed to, and talking about how am I
no,
gonna pay for this?
I got my turmeric uh like in
There,
massive amounts
there you
and
go. There you go.
ginger and cayenne pepper, and I'm praying for a miracle because I know I shouldn't have did no shit like that. It wasn't
Why not?
called for.
Hey Miller, get
Oh,
some.
not gonna be a good day. Sorry.
Now get some glycosamine. That's what everybody should
Yeah,
take.
yeah,
Glycosamine. That's
That
listen. I've been taking
glucosamine.
that when I was in the
absolutely.
military and I was jogging in formation. And this is when I, made chief. My knees used to hurt because everybody we had to run at that pace, which was not a good pace for me. So my knees was hurting, and one of my guys that worked for me had tried out for the SEALs. He was a fit dude, so he recommended that. He told him that's what a lot of people on the SEAL team was taking. So I've been taking that since I say 2012, and at 46, I don't have no cracks
Hmm.
in my knees, no pains. I don't have no pains in my knees, no nothing. It's
It's
like
called
listen,
glucosamine, right?
yes, yes, I'm telling you, that's the thing right there. That is the shit. I don't have
Yeah,
no aches, no pops, no nothing in my knees.
Okay,
yeah, all that collagen and that's an amino acid. That's an amino acid.
You
Yeah.
Yeah.
just came up by accident, Indian.
Did she? I had my head turned.
Hey, speaking of camming up, us new guys don't know, but I hear, there's a face to that avatar that Mella got. I heard Mella, I heard Mella got it going on. This is what I hear.
She said she did it
That's
one
just a
time.
rumor. That's
That's
just
what
a
She
I
said
hear.
she
rumor.
did it one time.
That's just a rumor. I'm a
I
little old
wanted I
lady.
wanted to
That's just a
see.
rumor.
I wanted to see that one time.
She a little old lady. I'm trying to get Mella like Kane did Indian. That
She must not have been listening to this stream. We like old ladies here.
Ah,
wait, wait,
yeah.
wait.
Gas me up, why don't you?
If
Okay.
we talking about old ladies, where's Joshua iPhone at? Yo, he.
Oh man, yo.
I
Yo.
like
Yo,
I like when
man.
Somebody was dogging out old women and Kev said, "No, it'll get right."
Yeah, yeah.
That cracked me up.
I
I said,
remember.
"You
I,
better know. You better understand."
I
I
remember
They
was
when
was
John.
dogging old women out. They was like, "Yeah, old women this and they snatch and they this, that, and the other." And Kev was like, "No, it'll get right." I was
Yeah,
cracking
I'm
up.
mixing you with the shit though. I'm calling
yeah.
your
Hey,
ass out.
and y'all can keep in mind. I see. I got my stream y'all set up where if anybody comes up in the back, like if anybody backstage, I get a beep. So
Wow.
like
Okay.
I get reminded that somebody's backstage. I don't know if everybody got theirs set up like that. Some people,
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
we
yeah.
got that. We
Y'all
got
better come up here before he go
Hold
to
up.
sleep.
Hold up. Indian sound is low. What'd you say?
See, I get a
I'm
beep, so I bring
sorry.
it right up.
I'm calling your ass out. It don't make sense.
Who that?
You.
Oh wow. Cause I mentioned the cam up thing. Look, I didn't make you cam up by accident. That wasn't me.
No.
What?
No, it wasn't that. That wasn't that. I'm just saying you was like,
Oh,
hey,
she didn't change the avatar. That's what she did. Miss Misha Mack.
Oh,
She had to let him get the profile
With the
picture.
shoulders. With the
hold up.
shoulders.
Oh, hold
hold
up.
on,
We changed it.
hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
Let me
don't
ask
do
you
that.
a detailed question.
Ooh.
She
Nisha,
had to
why
get the profile pic on
Y'all
him.
looking like models up here and
why
stuff.
you changed it,
okay.
Nisha? What's up? You was looking good. What's
We,
up?
You see,
we
okay, now
Okay.
when I seen the full body one, I couldn't see the face. From a distance, I thought she was like Samoan or something like that. She might be still. I don't know. Looked kind of like
I'm
Samoan
Asian.
slash Asian, huh?
I'm Asian.
Oh,
Saw
you're
that body
from
though.
Asia.
Saw that body. That's all that matters.
Where are your people
Salt
from?
and pepper hair is always attractive to me.
Myself,
Yeah,
um,
where's your family from?
my family's Filipino, Spanish, and Mongolian, but I was born in
Oh,
the Philippines.
Okay.
Boom. Boom.
So you eat a
okay.
lot of cabbage and vegetables and stuff. instead
Yes.
of instead of no, that's how she keeps her figure trimmed
No,
because
hold
she's
on.
not eating all that junk food, you know.
Misha,
I don't really eat, no.
I
I don't
done got.
really eat junk food like that.
First of all, let me just say this, Misha. Hold on. And I got the pictures, and I seen what Misha looked like. Misha fine as fuck, and nice, slim, thin. And if you like a slim girl with a nice little juicy ass, that's Misha.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
And she like reggae, you know what I mean? So she get a
Yeah.
wine on, you know what I mean?
Now you know who else is pretty. She's not on this panel, but she's from England. She would be
Cat?
yeah, Kat. She's
Yeah.
very pretty.
Man. Yo,
I saw
Cat,
Kat.
yo,
She
That's
cammed
about
up. I
the
did get to
world.
meet
Cat,
her.
where you at?
Cat, if you listening, put the box of wine down. Put the box of wine down.
Oh, stop it. She just likes to have fun. That's
I know,
all.
no, Cat is
She
cool. Cat is
does. She
cool.
does.
Cat is cool. Hey, you let her do her thing, but she, cause, hell, she done came at me before, and I was like, man, let me stop messing with Cat. I know Cat gonna calm down later on.
No, but hold on. Let's get on the juice on this panel. You know what I'm saying? We got two
But
juice.
Indian,
Yep. We got two juice.
did
I'm
your
sorry.
man get that pink slip that I
Oh,
sent him in the mail yet?
oh
I
man.
mean, did you give it
Uh
to it
oh.
though? You give it though. Did you give it into it? You ain't give it, so why you
Your
put all
husband
that
got his
shit?
pink slip? Cause I
You
got
ain't
a
give it.
copy of it. I'll deliver it by hand. I just tried to show a little.
You
No,
know what? These guys, you all, you know what? You come on now. What I find it
he said,
safer.
come
I
on now.
I find it
Like,
safer to socialize online than actually, you know, go physically mingle with people. I find it
Man,
safer. One, I've had less than a handful of times where somebody followed me home, and that was
Miller.
enough for me to just not.
a handful of times, girl. They followed your ass home. Stop with the cat.
Hey,
Okay?
so
Yeah,
so so
Let them
Indian,
walk.
let me tell
He
you
said
what
no
I'm not
happened.
trying to
capping.
catch a case. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
let me tell you what happened. Let me tell y'all what happened. Miller get followed home because what Miller do is she goes to the grocery store and she'll send out choosing signals to handsome men. And then when they try to come at her,
I do that shit.
I
I
was just
do.
exactly, exactly. That's why she gets
I say,
followed home.
oh, that's a great. Oh, you know what? You are impressing me with your choice with this. You know what? Let's. So, what made you decide to go vegan? And I'm striking up a conversation with this man, and he thinks I'm really into him. And I was like, no, I'm just like admiring that you choose to eat healthy. I don't
Right.
want to know you like that.
Also, too, the guys on the panel, I see we got
One
one.
guy, I showed him some ice cream and told him it was tempting me, and I guess that word "tempted" was a some type of signaling word to him or something. And I was like, no, man, I was just showing you what type of ice cream is available.
Yeah, that
Everybody,
combined with your looks.
Mella, that's how people be flirting, Mella.
No,
I don't know how you don't be knowing.
I actually dress down when I go out because I don't want that. If I
Nah,
want
but
that,
it's your
That
choice of
foundation, you'll
words.
tell
I'll
if you're
I'll
fine.
do.
Your choice of words, Mella. Ooh.
hold on to all the. Can I
It's
just
the
say one?
programming, huh?
Your choice of words.
When you
What
know
you
how
say,
to
Indian?
talk to a man, there's nothing that can be
Can
stopped.
you just the dudes that are actually coming up on the panel? You know, we got one over here. He look like he working out. Okay, with the cap on. Yeah, you. That's you. Look to the
Thank
side.
you, baby.
And then we got the other one on top. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get out the camera, but we see you though. Can we appreciate the man on the panel? You know what I'm saying? And then we got Auntie. We know what Auntie look like. That's my boo. That's my boo right there. And we know what L look like.
Yeah,
So
most of the times I never even come up on the panel and cam up, but when it was when it came up to bomb channel, it was it was pretty cool. They had a lot of a few cute most people in there was pretty cool. People that you can actually have a conversation with and chop it up with. So
Mhm.
yeah, I never had a problem, with that whole thing, as far as
And
camming up and stuff. But one thing I wanted to say is, even when
that's
like when
why
y'all was talking earlier about Bomb letting the channel run, Bomb
the
had
arms.
some good people running the channel
Yeah,
for quite some time all night, man.
we gonna
I'm
treat him
sorry to
like.
see her
Look at
Yo, this
Oh,
the
channel
first
down.
time. It's the first. It's the first.
Look at that.
It's the
Look at that
first I
brother
smoke and
caught
that
him.
Nick,
spray, man.
brother
That
Nixon.
gray hair, that mean you made it. That mean you made it, man.
Brother,
But he still got his hair. I ain't got mine, and I'm the little younger than Nick, and he still got his hair. God damn.
I'm getting a little bald spot.
Hell, we not messing with you. Belong
That's
to
a
me.
grocery store
She
conversation,
claimed it.
though.
Hmm.
Hell, belong to me. So she done claim that. Oh, damn, nigga.
Sorry?
That's right.
So,
Nixon still got his hairline. I'm missing mine.
Hold
Ladies,
on.
they trying to get us to show us in our nightgowns
No,
and
no,
stuff.
no, we not.
no, just you, Mello.
I see my two brothers up there, so but hey, talk to y'all, man. Hey, Wody, where you at though? Where you live at?
I'm in Jersey too. I heard you say you was in Jersey. I'm in Newark. Right now, yeah, I was born in New York, but I'm in Newark.
Get in the
I'm in
camera,
Newark.
Wody. Get in the camera. Get in the
Facts,
camera,
okay.
He
Wody.
is in the
Woody been
camera.
Yeah,
all
I'm
Woody
in.
been all over the place. Woody had no man. He been New
And he
Orleans,
had
Baton Rouge.
chess. He had the chess game up there earlier. That was
I'm
very
playing. I'm
good.
still. It's still in the background of my
Not
shit.
very good.
How you know?
Oh
I'm
wow.
watching.
How you know?
I'm sitting up there
Cause
watching.
I'm messing around. I'm trying to talk, so I'm
No,
trying to
you
see
ain't
if I
messing
can
around with chess,
concentrate and
man. You
play.
should have
with a
moved that
basic
night. How you let the
move
pawn
too,
take
because
the
put
knight?
the
You
basic
can't.
move on you.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to move tonight, brother.
No,
yeah. You
Okay,
supposed
so
to
I
let the
know
pawn
Kev
take
know
that
what he
knight.
talking about.
no, Wody. Miller
Bro,
said,
you can't let them corner you with two rooks like that, bro.
Mm.
hey,
You see,
Wody. Miller said you got a nice chess game. That's what she said.
You
Okay.
see, it's the choice of words. The choice of words. Bro.
Right. Yeah. I,
No,
yeah.
just
I work it like that though. I do. I work it like that.
You see,
Y'all figured
Mella.
it
I don't
out.
know. You having a conversation with you, Mella. If we was hanging out and having a
Right.
conversation with you, I'd be like,
Start
is she
laughing
trying
and
to tell
chopping
me
it up.
something, or should I just let that go?
I remember I was on a panel with Kev. He and I was talking. I think Bomb was just listening,
Mhm.
and um, I just happened to say there's a woodpecker outside my window. I don't know why I said that, right?
what?
Because it was true. It was true, but I didn't have to say it. So I think I'm gonna take the advice of what you're observing that I tend to have these duplicitous terms that could be perceived as
You
potentially
shooting your
intimate.
shot, flirting.
No,
Yep,
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
actually not. I just
I believe you.
talk. I just talk like that. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah.
have to
So
be more aware of it because that would explain why some people think I'm interested in sensuality, and I just want to have a conversation.
I
you know,
I'm about, I'd say 70% just straightforward to what I'm saying, and sometimes 30% little flirtatious. Like if I say, yo, I find you to be an amazingly intriguing woman,
Hmm.
it's true,
I am right
but
back at
it
you.
may be a little bit of a undertone of a flirt with it. But I mean, it's nothing out of the it's not
Exactly. It's
inappropriate.
not like we gonna
I
book
find
flights,
you
right?
amazingly
and,
intriguing.
and that's Mella's language right there.
Yeah.
It's not
Like
like we
that's
gonna book
Mella's language.
flights. It's
Hey,
like,
that's
come on
Melo's
now.
language, but
Now, if you in Jersey, if you're in New York, I might find a way to come see you. If
Yeah.
you want to hang out,
Not
I know there's a
invited.
bowling alley.
Why can't we just talk? I mean, my God,
You,
we're
Mella,
people
listen,
do talking in person too, but
Mella,
I'm
listen.
talking
This
about
is
like just
not
in general.
2020. We can leave the house. We can leave
right,
the
right,
house.
right.
At some
Okay.
point in time, we got to get offline and
So
actually see
did
regular people.
anybody do anything
you say we
interesting?
can leave the house. I didn't hear that.
Yep.
Yes, on Tuesday. Did anybody do anything interesting?
Oh, it's a work day.
No,
Work
no,
day.
not at all.
Say, listen,
Yeah.
I'm
None at
just
all.
getting
Yeah.
home from work not too long ago.
Yeah.
I did. I did some system refreshes. That's about it.
Yeah.
Check
It's
some
amazing
UPS.
how the days just melt into one another. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Well, you know, I did
Man.
do something interesting though. Something real good today. I woke up. Shit, there you go, right there. That's a blessing.
That's half the battle.
Absolutely.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's a blessing right there. Look, we got part of the insomnia crew though. Like me, Misha, who else? Because I know me and Misha be Indian be up
Me,
since
I'm
morning.
one. Usually when
Mm-hmm.
I wake
And
up and I can't sleep, man, I'll just get on my studies.
Mm-hmm.
Auntie be up because sometimes Auntie I get a text at 3. I'm like, shit, he's still
look,
up too.
El Nixon, cut the bullshit, cause I'll be
What's
up
up?
with your ass.
No,
Just
no, that's what I'm
saying.
saying. I said, yeah, Indian too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm
Yeah.
a fall back. I'm
And
fall off.
I know at different times, like I would see Kev 504 in the morning, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
doing his live. So yeah, we got some boy. Look, I don't
Kid
know if
five
it's you
four
two.
fully cammed up. We got uh Wody Mac, but he in the
Yeah.
sideline. Well, all we can see is his side frame. We can't
I like the
Yeah.
chess. I like the
Every
chessboard. I like
the
that.
more people jump up, the
What
And
smaller
he's a
your picture
handsome
gets. You
guy.
know. I
We
know
got
I'm all
Wally in
shiny
there.
face right now though. You know, all shiny
No,
face.
you got Kev 504. He got his damn muscles in the damn camera.
You
What's
got the
up?
little straight.
All y'all look like you're ready.
You know, is it? You know, bang.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whoa,
You
boy.
may be online, but you're ready.
Yeah, I've been
Ready to
quarantining.
learn.
I've been quarantining. Ain't nobody here but me and my 9 year old.
Bro. I thought your daughter was a little older, like 11 or
I have
12. I
one
don't
that
know.
I have one that's biological and that's 21, and then I
Hmm.
have the 9 year old who mom passed when she was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And I go back to Mella. I don't know if you heard the other streams, but that go back to what I was saying the last time.
Oh,
When
snap.
on
That's my
Bob
move.
channel when I was explaining the situation with my daughter, you know. And for y'all that don't know, even though my daughter mother has passed 6 years ago, I'm still in court fighting court battles with the grandmother and the friends who still want custody of my child. And that's every now and then I talk to the ladies and get an understanding or a perspective of how to deal with this old lady who is damn near 70 years old bringing me to court. Been to court 4 times behind my own damn child. So it's just one of those things, man. But um, well, then
Yeah.
I hear something like, while I'm dealing with that, Mella, you get some of them old battle axes from Bond Channel go around saying, Careful for disrespect women like he think they him and such wanna they believe in beating women and it's okay to. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is you talking about?
Nah, not Kev
that
504.
don't that don't even come out my name. Now, see what people do when they do that kind of stuff, but they spread it all over these panels. Well, dudes like me, like, man, I got to go to court in 2 months, and I
Yeah.
got you up here saying I'm beating kids. My
Oh,
504 channel is about beating women, and my channel is mainly about just stocks.
Exactly. So it's
So
it's a profane violation of who you are.
yeah, like
And
you
mhm.
were saying, people have children.
Facts.
exactly.
Not just women. Every woman has a child. There's a man around too. People tend to forget that. But, it's just dumb shit. And that don't really bother me. It's just like,
I
okay, well, okay.
remember when people were um saying stuff that was unproven against a lot of men. Now with this polite situation, and we don't have to talk about it, of course, but there's proven evidence against that man. But when people are projecting things that are unproven, then
Mhm.
that's a special kind of evil, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And you know
And,
what
and,
though?
and even though you just want to blow it off, like I ain't worried about that shit, you gotta remember that you know they are not aware of what legal entanglements you might be involved in. That where some type of careless rumor could affect your actual life, and it was unprovoked as to why they would just make up some shit.
Well, see, that's
It's
the thing,
very
though. That's what
distressing.
Mela, they know because they hung on the channel enough long enough to know. They know just like you know.
Yeah.
So what that
Yeah.
ain't no
But,
big thing, but
hey, but
I'm
you know what?
glad they got all that settled.
But hold up, Kev. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, right? All right. So yeah, you already know I used to be at the channel a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying, like to keep it peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I kind of dipped out. You know what I mean, to keep it peaceful, whatever.
Right.
So here's the thing, man. Here's one of my issues, right? Over there, I used to always hear, right? And Auntie will vouch for that. Why y'all talking about the women? Let the men handle the men, right? And that's exactly what we did. Like there was
Mm-hmm.
people who came up there, said all type of stuff. I'm not even gonna repeat it. And me and Auntie got in their ass, and we tried to do it peacefully. You know what I'm saying? To keep the respect and still like, yo, you can't be doing that. And we did that, right?
Hmm.
So we kept up our end of the bargain, right? So now, okay, it's your turn now. Like, yo, I'm getting called, well, this guy that didn't say nothing, he's all type of bitch ass niggas and punk ass this and punk ass that. And we sitting around waiting. It's crickets. So men handle the men, women handle the women, right? It's crickets. On the hey sis, yo, he really didn't disrespect you. Why you coming at him like that? And it's still crickets. Now there's a few people that might do it, but so after a while, you don't think people coming at me and Auntie like, yeah, you over there pandering or whatever. And I get why they saying that. Because yeah, you coming at us dudes, but yo, they in the chat saying fuck this and fuck that and calling people. And this dude ain't even cuss at her. So when you talk to women outside of the space, they say, yeah, I don't agree with it. I mean, I'm talking about people that used to be over there. I don't agree with it, but I'm just leaving it alone. See, the men will confront men, but some of the ladies don't even want to even, not saying that they're not accountable, but they just don't really want to deal with the smoke that comes with it. So they rather just leave. Now, if you notice,
I don't even blame him, man. Who want to deal with all that bullshit over something
yeah.
simple?
Now the men that used to be over there, if you think about it, there's women that stopped coming over there as well. And those same
Hmm.
women, we see them in other spaces. And you know, they have certain conversations. So it's like this: when you have both genders in a space, right? And there's a lot of stuff that's triggering. Yo, this is not a competition. So the stuff that trigger you, there's also stuff that trigger men. If you can't respect it happen on both ways, that's where you have the problem. Like the DV thing was an issue, is an issue, right? And but hell, men get triggered too. You know how like we get triggered when I mean, listen, I don't know about y'all, but I have heard women say, "I'm gonna call the cops," and I was lie and say this. So when we hear stuff like that, it's a trigger for us too. And you gotta you like if that's not respected, then as men we got a problem because now you still want me to protect you when dudes come over here and cussing at you, but I can't
Hmm.
have a difference of opinion or be triggered when you say something I'm dealing with. So now, yo, you get no protection. I need to step aside. I need to leave.
Mm.
Hmm.
Now
Right.
that example you use, I want to throw something in.
Mute over there.
That example you use, I want to throw something in because I had a conversation with a brother at my job, and we was just talking again, like not letting things personally get to you, even sometimes with this stuff we see in politics and in the news. But I told him I was watching a story. I think it came across my feed on YouTube, and this guy uh, was involved with a woman who was slightly older. She met him. She said she was pregnant, was pregnant, had a baby, but knew that the child wasn't that man's child. But she was applying for welfare or something or the other, trying to get money, public assistance. And she claimed that he was the father, went through the court system, whatever the case may be. And I think they served him, but he never showed up. So I think he was placed as the father by default, if that's how that goes, right?
Hmm.
And he never knew that he got served, so he didn't respond to it, didn't respond to the papers, and ended up getting sentenced to 5 years in jail.
Was the
Gets
baby
out.
his?
Nah, not at all. And the woman
You
knew it.
skipped through, Mella. He was building up.
Yeah. So after he gets out of jail and then he finally goes to court, one of them court TV shows. This is where the story was on. It comes out after they bring out the DNA test, of course, that the child is not his. She knew that though, and he was like, "Oh man," like he was hurt and upset. Like I did 5 years for this, and so the George, of course, she didn't know that. She's gonna find out with everybody else. So she asked the woman a simple question. She said, "Well, did you have an idea that the child wasn't his?" She was like, "Yeah, I knew. I just needed somebody to put on the paper so I can get my
On the paper so she can get SNAP benefits.
exactly." And they would hit him with all that back child support that he owed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the final outcome was down the road, but he served 5 years in jail for a child that wasn't his behind back child support. And I don't think nothing happened to that woman behind
That's
that. And
terrible.
that's
And that's
terrible.
what,
And that when I heard that story, it's not a lot of things that get me upset, but I was flaming mad to feel like the system that we live in, this is okay. This happened, and nothing is probably gonna happen to behind this man losing 5 years of his life. And
yeah,
oh,
we need a caucus when it comes to family court in that regard. Like once it's proven that this woman uh, made a calculated decision to lie
mm-hmm,
on a because we're talking about formal documents here because that's as good as an oath really in court, like you signed a formal document implicating someone as the father of your child, knowing damn well you was playing a guessing game. And really, if you respected the rule of law, you should have just wrote down, I'm a hoe, I don't know who the fuck the father is. That would be the appropriate response. But she didn't want to do that. She wanted to get those SNAP benefits, which is what do they call it? Fraud. That's
yeah,
fraud. Why
Yeah,
isn't
the
she
child
being
support
charged
for
with fraud? Why isn't she being charged with fraud? That's a
one thing.
that's a disgusting loophole in the family court system. It's
yeah. Mm.
disgusting.
Well,
So
I just to highlight one quick thing since you brought it up. She said again, she knew that the child wasn't his, and she knows who the father of the child is. Huh?
That right there, that's not even just fraud. That falls into the category of perjury,
yeah,
theft.
Mm-hmm.
All
There's a
all
lot
that
of
shit,
shit
all that
involved with
shit,
that.
right?
but
But keep going.
Larceny.
Yeah.
you know.
I just wanted to
Oh,
point out something, right? I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
point out something, right? So, so the point I was trying to make, right, is there are actually other channels, right? So I went and found some more channels, right? And I found some entertaining spaces, right? I
Mm-hmm.
found a lot of spaces, right? And I was happy, right? When you got men and women who can actually have a conversation with and listen to each other without coming at each other, right? And
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing: once that was established, that people can be accountable and we can listen to the story, 9 times out of 10, we stop talking about this type of shit and we start actually having fun because it was established that both people can take accountability and actually have that conversation. Majority of the time, it was fun stuff. Nisha know what I'm talking about. She's been around some of those spaces. Indian's been around some of the spaces. We just been having fun. It wasn't a back and forth, no gender war, because both the group of people were able to take accountability. And once that was established, it was cool from there. We don't really,
yeah, I have a son, so a son that is an adult now, and
yeah.
what I do is I imagine, w- you know, if he was in those circumstances,
Mm,
and that's how I am able to not be uh not to just be judgmental. It's like what if that was my son that
mm,
kind of bullshit happened to? I would be
Mm-hmm.
furious. And
yeah.
that's the way
Absolutely.
I look at it. And a lot of times people aren't open-minded enough to be objective.
Yeah. And me and Kev 504, you gotta think about a lot of those people in those spaces. They're old enough to be our daughters, so we're not trying to be disrespectful. Like, why would we? You know what I mean? To think about it is like you're old enough to be close to our daughter's age or even that. So
Yeah, it's not
we're
an
not,
insult, but you my child age. I don't
yeah,
argue with my child.
yeah.
you
Like we
know,
said,
Yeah.
that's
we're not coming here to do that, and we're not gonna do
Exactly.
that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not going to curse out somebody that's my son's age.
Now,
That's
now,
ridiculous.
hold on, but hold on now,
Mela,
hold on now.
Mela,
Go ahead, go ahead.
Mela.
I'm
You want to
listening.
retract that statement?
Hold on now. You don't have no idea what my son's age is.
No, not no. He not. Go
I was
ahead.
about to say, somebody call Dusty and let him bring a few sound bites in.
Dusty's not young enough to be my son.
Yeah,
No,
but
he
he got
talking
the
about that.
sound bites on you
Yeah,
though.
So, man,
What?
there was a
What?
time when I was on caffeine so hard, right, that I
That's
was
what I'm
just
drinking right now.
belligerent and out of control with everything that I would say.
What soundbite
I
was
had.
that, Mel?
I'll put it this way: caffeine is the key to my lack of impulse control. That's
Okay,
the
but what
key.
soundbite was that, Bella?
I, it was the one that goes around. It's the one that goes around.
And see,
I,
like
I've
a good,
actually I've actually had somebody ask me, "Are you the whatever the soundbite is,
No, no, don't
lady?"
say. No,
I've
say the
actually had
soundbite. We
somebody
want to
ask me
hear it.
that. I'm not
Yo,
gonna
that.
I'm not gonna say that
Hey,
soundbite
Misha,
because
if you hear that soundbite, that shit is hilarious.
Misha never heard it.
It's
I've
it's
never
a
heard it.
I
No.
never
oh,
heard
is
it
like
either.
a
okay, you ready for
YouTube
me to leave,
staple.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
go
No,
no
I
ahead.
think
problem.
I don't have to hear it. I don't have. Misha heard. She had to have heard it. She just don't. Oh, she just don't remember.
Or maybe I just don't know, but I don't think I
Yeah.
have.
Well, what's
You
the
know,
funniest
one of
thing
the
you've
things
ever heard
about
me say, Misha?
Pardon?
What's the funniest thing you've ever heard me say? Because
I
I'm all
mean,
about laughter.
I don't know.
You know, one of
Okay,
my
well,
favorites.
so yeah, so gentlemen, she hasn't heard it
No,
because if
I've
she
never
You
heard
know,
it,
heard
one of
it.
she
my
would
favorite.
remember it.
Mello, one of my favorite things that you say is the way you say it, motherfucker.
I'm not proud of that.
No, it's your inflection on the word.
it's
You
your
know, like certain words people say that people notice the way that they say it sound. Like people talk about the way Kev say baby, even though it's a common phrase for him.
It's so
But it's
cute,
the
right? The way you say
yeah,
baby is so
people
cute.
like the way he
I
say
got to
baby.
watch that though.
It's
I got to
cute.
watch it because people think sometimes some people think that's disrespectful, but that's just the way I talk.
And
And
it's a
I'm
New
not just
Orleans
saying
thing.
that
I
out of
understand because I do it
that's
too.
just how I
I
talk.
don't mean no harm,
It'll
baby.
slip out. Yeah, I don't mean no
I did
harm.
that to somebody
All is
Saturday,
well and good
Kev.
money.
I did that to somebody on Saturday, Kev.
Yeah,
This
right.
girl I
Okay,
met,
buddy.
right? I met this girl dating app thing. I'll give you a little quick story time. I went and met up with her on Saturday, went to go see her. Hour drive away. Probably was shouldn't even bother going out there. So when I'm leaving, after everything's said and done, I was like, all right, baby, I'm gonna holler at you. Right? She's like, what you call me? She said, did you say baby? I'm your baby? She said, so we gonna go together now? I'm like, I just ignored the question. But if you knew what I went through that night dealing with that girl, I know she wasn't playing. She was serious. You know what I'm saying? But it was just that New Orleans in me. I was like, all right, babe, I'm gonna holler at you.
I got in trouble with relationships with that, man. I was dating someone from out of town, from
Uh-huh.
Chicago. It was like, what did you? And I would say, all right, I'll see y'all later, babe, or something like that. Just
Mm-hmm.
random people, because that's how we talk. And she says, how many girls did you screw? I'm like, no, I don't know that lady. I just see her all the time, and we just talk.
Ridiculous. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's because been, I'm a world traveler. I just don't. I I guess I'm forgiving when it comes to how people communicate. Like you have to really, really come at me for me to just snap. And unfortunately, people have come at me that hard to where I've used words as you've said, Nix, and Wody Mac,
Mm-hmm.
and Auntie, things that you all have heard me say. I promise you, it was because I was provoked. Now, if you think that I should have refrained, I want you to tell me now.
No, you. Yeah. No.
No, I like the way you say it in
nah,
the
you good.
motherfucker.
He said I
I
like the
don't.
way.
I like the way you say that
No, baby,
motherfucker.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't. I just. Yeah. That was definitely a caffeine moment. You know,
Mm.
and you know, I
Hey,
don't pause when I'm on caffeine for some reason. I had to
hey,
And
learn
see,
that.
I actually like talking to the women on some of the panels because they can help me with situations.
there
I
you
I,
brought
go.
up the situation with my
I'm
21-year-old daughter being in a bad
so
relationship.
cut in,
What do
but
you
I'm
want to know?
What I couldn't understand, Mella,
dropping
is
down.
even though my daughter is very protected, so I can hear somebody background. Even though my daughter is very protected,
I'm gonna mute Indian for a second. It's on.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
her.
Let me
that
see.
makes
And she dealing with a guy, but it's more than embarrassment and wanting me to accept this dude. But I'm not gonna accept this dude.
Hey, don't forget
Like that
you got
because
Misha on here too. She got daughters.
Yeah.
hmm right. So this is the thing. So my thing is, I don't want my daughter. I've been 50 years old, so I was always planning to defend and check, if there was a situation with my daughter. But the thing is now, because been in a relationship with this dude, uh, when things got bad, then I have to come. I went out there, and then she go back and date the guy, and then she wants me to kind of accept the relationship. Well, I'm not accepting that. So it's a pullback on the female because me when I come, it's gonna be logical, the typical guy stuff. And
Have
so
you
she,
ever asked her what does he love about her? Like when she says, "Daddy, please just accept that we in love." Have you ever asked her what does he love about you? And if she can't answer that question, that means she's hypnotized.
yeah, well, yeah, she in her 20s. It's her first major sexual relationship. Intimacy and stuff. Everybody get caught up in that first love thing. But the thing is, she can pick up the phone. There's no reason to have to go through anything because she got full backup. So I was talking to one of my friends. They were like, "Well, you're gonna have to just give her time." And she let her come to you. I say, but at the same time, I'm supposed to sit around here knowing my child is in a bad situation. And I had to explain to her. I said, well, look, the decisions you made uh, reflect, is a reflection on the whole family, and there's a responsibility with that because you are well protected. There are a lot of people that's going to react to anything harming you. So I had to, so she kind of pulls back from that, but we just let her. I just let her know, we here and stuff like that, and do some random checkup. The dude chilled out a little bit, especially when these niggas start seeing fathers come around. But my thing with her is, listen, stop. There's no embarrassment to a bad situation. You don't have to cling to it. We all probably cling to a bad situation or relationship when we were younger. So to try to get her out of that, maybe it's an age thing or a first love thing, that's a difficult thing. Or to at least try to get her to come to peace with this, have a decent relationship. But my thing is, as a father, you got to let me know what's going on with you. I understand that girls, when they make 21, they grown, but you're gonna always be my child, you know, and nobody can put their hands on my child, regardless of what she thinks. And I had to tell her that, regardless of what you think, you my child, nobody's to touch you, you know, and things like that. But I just didn't get the female psyche of voluntarily dealing with that when she has a way out and plenty of support and she's well protected. So I don't understand what goes through a young lady mind with that, in
Okay.
her situation.
Hold up before you go, Mela. I think Misha can add something to that too.
Um, I mean, as a parent, the best thing we can do is support our kids no matter what, younger, older. But, as a woman too, when you're in love and it's your first love, you are very blinded from everything that's happening around you. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can't force her to leave the man, but what you can do is just support, be there, or at least even, try to get to know him better, see where he's coming from and what input you can add to him for him to be a
I
better
don't want
man
to know
for
that
your
nigga.
daughter.
I don't want to know
Well,
that.
I know that, but
I get what
I
you're
get
saying.
that. No, I get that, but unfortunately, we as parents have to figure it out as well, and I think that'll show maybe him as well that you're interested in getting to know him. Maybe things might change.
Yeah, I think time. I
I
think time gonna be a factor in that, and she gonna have to come to her own on what she want to do.
Yeah.
Hmm
Well, like I say, you can't force her to leave him. She is grown, and unfortunately, she's gonna have to figure it out herself. She's gonna have to go through these mistakes, just like how we went through mistakes and continue to make mistakes even at her age.
Okay.
Yeah.
May
The
I
hard the
speak
hardest thing
now?
about a parent is letting them go through
Oh,
it. I
maybe
guess.
later.
Damn.
No,
Yeah,
no,
go
hold
Mela.
up.
My bad. Go
Go,
ahead, Mel.
Mela.
I was okay. I was wondering it would appear, according to you, Kev, whether or not this guy is grooming your daughter to accept maltreatment.
What I think it is, Mella, is both of them around the same age, right?
Right.
And they moved in together. They've been living together for a couple years now, which I didn't know until later on. But she's an adult, she went to college, and she make her own decisions. But they're around the same age, so I understand the young love thing. I think this guy here trying to establish because he's just leaving his mama house, and this is from a man perspective. He's trying to establish himself as a man. There's also certain frustrations with that. When you move in with someone, you really got to get used to somebody else. There's a lot of good helpful information I could get a dude, but a line is crossed. I got to check my daughter first.
Right.
So the guy, I'm not gonna even say in his eye for me to say. I'm not gonna say he a horrible dude. He a all right little dude outside of outside of their personal situation. Not a bad dude, but I just hope they can get their shit together on that because if I move, furniture move. So I'm just trying to I'm just trying to avoid
I
that. Because if
understand.
I go over there, Mella, and whoop this boy ass, slap him, or
Yeah,
Show him
what
your
you would
hurt.
do
tattoo.
with
It'll hurt
Show
right,
other
him
that
your
go
people's
put it right.
tattoos.
feelings.
See,
That's it.
this is the thing. See, what the way I was brought up, I would embarrass, I would do the same thing he did in front of her and emasculate his ass to show her the difference. You ain't the same nigga like you are with these girls. You know, I could do that, but then, you know, she could still love him. And then, then I don't want him taking that out on her behind closed doors. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kind of
we need a
tricky.
professional. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's called a
Um,
right foot.
yeah, professional right foot.
Yeah, right.
Right
So
up there, right, right.
Oh God.
I
It's
don't have any dogs, but I would
it's
just threaten
tricky.
the motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie.
My father
uh-huh,
threatened
yeah.
a
Yeah,
couple of
and we already
boyfriends
had me and
before
that
I
dude had
got
to
married.
talk already. We had to talk. Whatever you
Yeah.
could, whatever, I was like, they didn't want me to whoop his ass, and my daughter's mom are like, when she called me, they know I'm coming. It's a real issue. And with her, with my daughter's mother, I was like, well, how do you let this get this far? She kind of knew that they would. You can't give that. Men know how to deal with men. If I'd have been around a lot sooner, he would have understood there's somebody watching her, not just your mom, not just the mama, the man coming. So he get that point now because he kind of chilled out a little bit. But on the mom, I mean, we have a good relationship. I said,
He
listen, go
uh-huh.
ahead. I was
No,
like,
I'm
listen,
just I'm just
just
saying.
let me
Oh, I'm
know
sorry,
when things
I'm
going.
off.
Let me know when things going on that's going to affect my child. Before it gets blown out of proportion. You know
Hmm.
that. Go ahead, Mel.
A lot of times, uh, a young guy, when he's facing stress, the stress that it takes to endure developing his manhood, he will take it out on his woman unless he's checked about it. And the way
Facts.
he can be checked about it is there's so many different avenues to check that, because you don't know whether or not he actually loves her versus she could be just anybody. And and so, considering that she is loved by him but he doesn't know how to handle his stress,
Yeah, all love ain't good love.
Hey,
I get that. I get that. If
Hmm.
you were in his shoes, have you imagined yourself in his shoes? Like, what would it take if you was in his shoes to get him together?
but hold up, Miller. Okay, hold on. Let me step in for a second, right? Here's the thing, right? I always assume because it, it is what it is that whatever woman I'm messing with, right? Because I know my family and I know the structure of a family. That woman have a father, or if he may not be around, an uncle, maybe a brother, maybe a male friend that's gonna want to see me if I cross the line. That's I always think that way. If I do something out of line, there should be, and this is what I'm expecting. There should be a man at any time able to check me, and that's how I look at it. Because if it happens to
Hmm.
my sister or whatever, I'm going to do the same thing. And it goes the same thing for a woman, right? I never let women off the hook. I never put hands on women. But the women who would start trouble, and I'm from Jersey, I heard a lot that I was going to get my brother, even when they started it. And I used to always tell them, cool. Well, while they coming, I'm going to get my cousins and my sister them to whoop your ass because you started. So we all going to be fighting. So, yeah, when you put your hands on people, there could be family members
Yeah,
ready to
it's gonna
snatch
draw
you.
more than just you two. It's gonna
Exactly.
draw a
So if
lot.
you're not thinking that way, I mean, hey, somebody need to show you what it is. Because
Hmm.
just come on now. You got to think that way. When you're dating somebody's daughter, put
Some
yourself in that
that's right.
man's shoes. He want
That's
his
right.
daughter to be protected. So
That's
if
right.
you're not doing that, you should expect some smoke, pretty much.
That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
and he has to know that when he's waking up in the morning, like, yeah, I better think twice before I start tripping.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the impact you gotta have.
You ever
That's
see
right. See what
Everybody
I
Hates
did
Chris?
after having a conversation. I just pop up. I just, they live about an hour. I drop the 9 year old and drive an hour because I know that, the little dude, he work at a
That's a
little Walmart,
that's a good strategy. I like that.
right? A little Walmart. So what I do is I'll drive an hour away and just go to the Walmart just so you can see me, nigga. You know, right? Just because it ain't over
Right.
with me.
Make
The
them
conversation
paranoid.
ain't over
I like
because,
that. Make them
right,
paranoid.
Hey, you ever
right.
see
That
that
way, yeah,
that
put it on his
episode?
mind.
You ever see that episode of Everybody Hates Chris when he was
Yeah.
talking to the guy that kept messing with Chris, and he was like, "When you in the shower, I'm gonna be there." He's like, "When you go to work, I'm gonna be there." So the dude kept imagining every time he goes somewhere, that dude dad was gonna be there, and the dude was like, he wasn't used to it because the most guys he deal with didn't have fathers. So it basically telling him like, "Damn, I got a father that care about his kid." Like, yo, it's trying to throw me off. Like maybe I need to leave him alone. You know what I mean? So I mess with that kid.
That's
I
a
see
good
some of it,
strategy.
like I was telling, I had to tell my daughter, some of these dudes be acting like they crazy. They ain't crazy. I've seen crazy niggas before who don't care. Go get who you want. They rather to go to jail to the grave with it. This boy ain't crazy. He doing that with you. And I said, all I tell my daughter, don't put your hands on him. And and just keep, as long as you doing right, then you come to, I'll solve it. You got backing, but they're gonna have to go through their cycle. But I'm gonna keep going up there. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm popping up.
Yep.
No,
Well,
you could.
My daughter's more like, my daughter gonna be
Nice
more like,
Walmart
leave us
visits.
alone. Well, okay, well, you out of it. I know she'll be like, she want the relationship to work. I'm only assuming. Okay, well, he put his hands on you. This is what I told him. He put his hands on you. So now it's an issue with men. With men that had nothing to do with you. You need to understand that.
Hmm.
She said, I understand. All right, because you mine. You are you, but you are mine, and I ain't gonna let nobody touch my shit.
Yeah. And
Period.
Kev, you can find crazy. You know crazy. You can find crazy underneath the Claiborne Street Bridge. You can find crazy underneath.
Right. Right. Yeah, I can find crazy
That
on
that
speed
boy,
dial. Call one of the
he's
partners. And
right. Kev is right. You're right, Kev. That boy is not crazy. He just tried it with her.
yeah, because after I know crazy mean you whooping everybody ass, man, men. You ain't taking shit from nobody. You ain't
Oh, you mean
crazy.
like that dude at that Pittsburgh Steelers game this past
Yeah.
weekend?
Well, she
Yeah,
slapped
but
him. She asked for that ass whooping. She a very lucky woman.
I think
Very
Yeah.
lucky woman.
though
Oh,
Mela
Mella,
very
you
good
didn't see that?
when she said a lot of these dudes don't know how
No,
to handle
I had
stress.
I didn't see the Pittsburgh thing. No.
No, a lot
Oh
of these
man.
dudes don't know how to handle their stress. So a productive way, because you can threaten them, and you can tell your daughter, "Hey, you mine," and this and that. At the same time, she's still a grown woman that's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm my own person," so she can rebel against you and go
Right.
back to an abusive relationship.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? At the same time, the root of the issue is this dude not knowing how to handle his stress. So I mean, you like we can get kind of cerebral with it and be like, look, okay, so we got to get to the root of the problem, which is your stress. So tell me something. What are your plans? How do you plan on taking care of my daughter? Do you plan on having children? Do you plan on going back to school? What's your major? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So that way, you
Okay.
know what I'm
And
saying,
does he
help the
have a
man get
damn
on his purpose.
hobby to
But no,
alleviate his
also
stress instead of
you no,
arguing.
you just letting him know
Well,
that
see,
look,
it's one of those background things, Mella, and we all know how the background go. He has one brother raised by a single mom and never really been around men. Like on that kind of level.
Oh, that's
So,
messed up.
right. So the whole grooming thing, how to act, I ain't here to teach no nigga. That's on your daddy and your
right,
mama,
no,
but
you don't have to teach him, but it seems like his issue is because I done been a young man, you know what I'm saying, with a woman and not really knowing where it is that I want to go and stuff like that. So we can get into a lot of unnecessary arguments and disputes because I don't have my career path laid out. I don't have all of this other stuff laid out. And she's looking to me for all of the answers, and I just don't have them because I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm
right.
physically a man. I'm not really a man yet. So like he might just see your daughter as his woman rather than seeing her as his purpose. Like she's not his purpose for getting up and going to work and making that extra money and getting that
Hmm.
second job and developing that plan and getting all of that stuff. When you going to when you handling your business all day, when you devoting 20 hours of real labor every single day to this person, you tend to treat them a lot better.
Hmm.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And
You
not only
tend to
that,
treat 'em-
they got, mediocre jobs. I'm sure bills is
yeah.
stressful for men and all that. I get all that, and the problem, and it really came down to, see, I didn't even meet this young man until after there was an issue. So we
Yeah.
never even got, we ain't never even got to do the chat. But you're right, though. I feel you on that.
But you know
Yeah, I
what,
mean,
Yeah, that
Kev?
was well
also
stated, Aunt
no,
T. That was
he may
well
just
stated.
need to know like, hey, you concerned with that, like you concerned with your daughter and her future, the things that they go through. This is like, hey, as a father, and I can't, I'm not trying to speak for you or tell you what to do because, like I said, I don't have any daughters because if I
Oh,
did,
suggestions are welcome, man. You
I'd
got a
So
probably be
mind.
on the
he's not
other
the
end.
type of person that would snap because she burnt pancakes, is he?
No, I don't know him as a person like that, but I know from what I'm getting from the story, that what I'm hearing is, they live together. Maybe there's some financial issues or whatever it is, or he just don't know what to do with a woman
Yeah.
a female on
Yeah.
that level, you know. And
If he
and
was
and
raised by a single
and
mother,
my
he would.
daughter is a 22-year-old, so I wouldn't put it past my daughter to have a mouth on
Exactly.
her, right? Or they go
And
back
he
and
don't know how to
forth.
handle it, right?
Right, and then then it get to, my daughter's one of them. She ain't go back down. And
I
they're young like
I
that.
know. I
So,
know.
and then it get physical, and it didn't get to hitting. But
Nah,
that's
that's
my
yeah, that's
thing. And
crossing
I'm
the
gonna tell you
line.
why I hold on to this so much. They got scratches of fingernails on my daughter neck. Nigga, that mean you choking her. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
So
Yeah.
that put it on another level. And I had to
Yeah.
tell her, Mama, listen, you calling me late. If this nigga wind up killing my child, and this shit happen all the time, but ain't the thug ass niggas with in the hood all the time. It's some of these nerdy ass bitch ass niggas that wind up killing these girls.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
So,
what.
and right. So when you look at some of those, pictures of dudes that killed, they don't look like these niggas coming down the street terrorizing the neighborhood. If these niggas just snap.
Yeah,
And see, what's unfortunate about those situations is that the man who loses control to the point where he's physically assaulting, be it, putting this any way that he's putting his hands on her, that sets the precedent because then she's going to put her hands on him and it goes back and forth like a damn tennis match. And I don't know how people break those cycles. I'm not schooled in that
Well,
venue
no,
as to how to break that cycle.
somebody can end up dead, or y'all can get they can get counseling, or this man can find some damn purpose. Cause that's
yeah.
what it sounds like he just doesn't have
He
is
needs
purpose.
yeah, he needs a
And,
focus and a purpose and a
and
goal. Yes.
and so here's the thing. Here's the thing, Miller. Right? When I talk to my son, right? My
But
son.
no, before you go, Nixon,
Trevor.
no, because it sounds like right now his purpose is to try to control a woman when his purpose should be taking care of this woman and being a man.
Yeah, he's lazy.
You know what I'm
He's
Right.
saying?
so
You
lazy.
can't control it because you stressed out. A woman go
Yeah,
speak or whatever it is stressing you out. It is what it is, and I understand that. I've been a young man before too, so
Yeah,
we already see what it is on young men trying to hold down grown man responsibilities.
yeah,
That's some
mhm,
extra stress, man. You if I was with a car, any young man around that age, that man, that's some extra stress you don't need right now.
Yeah,
You know, you go it
and
on and
that's
wait at least till you're 25 and stack your bread, maturity go kick in,
Mhm.
learn a little more. But that's how it is.
Mhm.
and that's
El,
why talking
brother
to my
Nixon, you were
son.
saying?
That's why talking to my son, like my son is focused, right? Like I say, he's 20, already
Yeah.
put in management. He's
Y'all
very
giving some
focused.
good talk right now. I'm going
He's
on mute.
yeah, he's very focused on his goals and stuff like that, right? And he got to change the environment and all the stuff that I told him really really stuck when now he's around a bunch of older guys, right? And he's seeing how miserable these guys are because of the decisions they made. He sees that he's in charge of them. They're older than him. He sees the drive he has, and at the same time, he doesn't allow some of the same things that I allowed at 20 because I've told him my mistakes and all that, right? So my son knows his purpose, right? And as far as like when it comes to women, like my son is not going to be lazy and all that type of stuff. Like I don't care if you have to work a second job. If your home is taken care of and everybody's good, see a man that'll put a smile on a man's face knowing that his family is good. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he got to work a second job. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? If our family is good, but you got to pour into these young men. And if you're a single
Mhm.
mom, like you got to watch the environment that you breathe around these young kids because these young men go out there and they don't know anything about their manhood or they've
Mhm.
been raised by a woman who's been aggressive or your daddy ain't this. You go out there and meet a woman who's strong, got a strong independent mindset, and she may
Mhm.
be talking to him, tearing down the very little manhood that he has. Some of these fragile little boys will snap
That's
and put hands
unfortunate.
on you
And I would look. I was discussing.
because they're not ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're not ready, and then they're fragile, right?
as
So it
as
goes both ways.
as far as adults go, I was discussing on a different panel
Yeah,
that communication is really important. A man needs to tell his woman, whether it's his wife, his girlfriend, or what have you, what it takes for him to decompress when he comes home from work. Because you will find that a lot of people, okay, they assume because your home is supposed to be a sanctuary, first of
yeah,
all. So when you walk into the door, the last thing you need is someone to bombard you with a bunch of jibber jabber. You want to decompress from whatever effort you had to make for the day to conduct your livelihood. And I find a lot of young couples, they just throw that stress, like they've already dealt with stress all
mhm,
day from working, and then they
yeah,
come home and then they get bombarded with
yeah,
stress walking in the door, which is supposed to be their sanctuary. That's what they're working for. They're working for the sanctity of their sanctuary, but it doesn't feel like a sanctuary because when they walk in the door, they get like bitchiness, right?
yeah,
And that's not a healthy environment. And I would suggest that these young couples, they actually explore the concept of what does it take for you to feel comfortable within reason when you get home. And let's talk about that so we can commit to making that happen so that you cool and straight, and anything that's happening under this roof is balanced and fair, as opposed to you having a resentment because you haven't said that I don't like when I walk in the door, I'm anticipating some bitch shit. A lot of men face that. They work hard all day, and then they come home and they hesitant to even go home because they know they're gonna face some bitch shit.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
woman needs to tell them, and the man needs to tell them, I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you do that. Okay, how are we gonna solve this? How are we gonna make it peaceful when one of us walks in the door? Like, do you need 30 minutes of cool out time? Do you need a beer ready? Do you need a bath ready? Something reasonable. I'm not talking about like you gotta have me butt naked with my legs wide open when you walk
hey,
in the
I
door.
mean,
I'm not
hey,
talking
that
about that.
helps.
I'm
Mm.
well, he said that helps.
Yeah,
But
that
look,
helps.
No, there you'd be surprised. There's some really selfish, unreasonable guys out there that just like, well, if I had to call it, she need to greet me with a such and such and so and so. And it's like, look, man, I'm talking about when you come home, what type of peace are
No,
you
hold
looking
up,
for?
Mella. Hold up, Mella. Okay, if I had to be
I've
in
had
a,
some coffee, so get
if,
ready for some
if I
outrageous
okay,
shit.
since I'm a
I'm
man,
getting
I just
some
had
now,
some
Mella.
coffee and I'm about to go to bed in a
since I'm a
minute.
man, I'm gonna think in reverse. I'm gonna think in reverse, right? If I was working a part-time job or wasn't working, and the person I was with was holding it down, and they asked for, hey, when I come home, have an outfit on, or every now and then do something. What you need? What you need? What do you need? I mean, it's really not that hard. Cause check this out, right? You got people who will spend a week's worth of investigating, right? When they haven't done certain things, the man's working hard, or say vice versa, they haven't done certain things, right? They'll spend a week's worth of investigating
Hmm.
because you just stopped bothering them or whatever, right? Now they think you're doing something. They'll spend a week's worth of investigating, right? Versus 5 minutes of giving them some side leg. That's crazy. Put that energy into giving him 5 minutes of your time. Some
Okay.
Yeah,
people just some people just
but
like here's the thing, right?
And what
Like,
was the last time, well, never mind.
I mean, you listen, the spark dies and all that type of stuff. But if you have a relationship where, what I mean, you have a person that's supporting you and stuff, I think sometimes
When
people
was
be
that? No, fuck this bullshit. When was the last time that a wife
What?
offered
Hello.
to make her husband lunch? Do you realize that these men are going outside to work and they are
speak,
accustomed to pick up fast food for lunch?
okay, speak that.
Hold up, man. If a motherfucker working part time, what the hell you need somebody to pick up your lunch for? I mean, to make your lunch for you for? For
No, I'm
real.
talking about full. We talking about full time.
Ken
Yeah,
504 is saying
No, we're
she
talking
have a
about a responsible man.
yeah, yeah. We talk
no,
about.
no, 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 no. That's the truth. No, if I work a full time job or whatever, that's the least. Like that bugged me out. Like I stayed with my uncle for like a week between when my apartment was getting ready. You know what I'm saying? When I was switching apartments, I had to stay with my uncle, and his wife had my lunch ready for me every single morning. You know what I'm saying? They
Okay.
don't
Like
even
she's
drink coffee.
supposed to. God damn it.
His wife had my lunch ready for me. You know what I'm saying? She had my
Oh,
coffee.
well,
You
she
know what
was
I'm saying?
being
Like
nice to you.
she had the kettle
Yeah.
hot. Nah, I mean she had his lunch ready too. That's
but
just
but
what
here,
everything she did for him, she did for me.
and
For
there's
that
Hmm.
nothing
one.
wrong with that. There's
And
nothing
I ain't
wrong
never
with that.
seen anything.
Sometimes,
I'm just saying
mhm.
I had never seen anything like that before. And I've been
He sounds
Mella,
shocked.
look, Mella, I worked for UPS almost
we
20
never seen
years, right?
anything like
And did good bit of dating. There was only two women I ever dated that cooked. And that's after walking, that's
When you
after
say
delivering,
cook, when you say
cook or
cook,
even prepare a meal. Yeah, cook.
like made you lunch to take to
Yeah,
work?
in
lunch,
7
dinner,
years.
breakfast, all
I
that
don't
shit.
know the amount of meals my wife
So and
made for
look,
me.
so I'll be delivering. I used to look at the Hispanics and their wives be pulling up in the van and their cars bringing them some
Hmm.
homemade food.
That's
In my
right.
ass, I'm going out there. I'm getting a quick breakfast at Wendy's or Burger King,
Yeah, some
right?
bullshit like that,
And then
right?
I stop and get a
Well, you
sandwich
gonna
for
be some.
lunch, and then I would have to cook dinner
And
or
that
buy
that should
dinner.
be embarrassing for a wife that her man has to go outside the house for food.
But
That
here's the
should be
thing, though.
embarrassing.
I have to admit, I spoiled them. My ass spoiled them. I think my verse. I was talking to my verse. I was like, not my verse. Black woman's fear. She said, oh, I said, well, she said, well, you spoiled her. I said, you know what you did because I not only cook for the whole household, including her kids, but I enjoyed doing it. She said, oh yeah, she was good and
Some
spoiled with your black ass.
Unfortunately, a lot of women in these times they they're starting to confess that they don't want to prepare a meal. They and I thought about that, right? Without judgment, right? Now I want y'all to hear me out. Hear me out. It is delightful when you sit somewhere and something is prepared for you. It is very, very accommodating and glorious even, right? It's like
Hmm.
when you sit down and you're served a plate of, you know, items of food that you enjoy, that's hot, fresh, and ready, and the place is all nice and all that stuff. I'm talking about in the home.
Hog
That
maw
shit
and
is the
potatoes.
fuck. That's the shit. Meat and potatoes, right? Meat and potato service, right?
Big
It's
piece of
there.
chicken.
Oh, the
All that.
big chicken.
Now check this out. Check this out. Women have developed over time. Well, why can't I experience that luxury too? I work, god damn it. I work. Why should I work all day? Because see, we're talking about the working women that are that
Okay.
are refraining from accommodating a man.
Good
Now,
point.
women that are homemakers, that's what they do. They attend to their domestic responsibility in their mind, right? But women that work, they're like, hold the fuck on. I want somebody to serve me.
And that's
Okay.
fine.
So
That's
so I think that's where, ever since the income ever since family earning wages had been severed for men to the point where they now have to depend on their wife or significant other to supplement the income where they live
Yeah, two
comfortably.
household incomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that two household income shit fucked everything up. I'm telling
but
you, it
but
fucked everything up.
you know what makes it hard for me,
NAFTA,
Miller?
god damn it, I blame NAFTA.
You know what makes it hard for me to accept that? Like I said, like Auntie, I've been a
Yeah.
single father, right? Yo, I cook, right? And check this out, right? You know, live in a house, right? So we not gonna talk about, I'm saying, yeah, I cook, I clean, I know how to do all that. Laundry, I know how to do all that, right? And here's the thing. We got air fryers nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like we got laundry. We're not going to the laundromat,
We're
right?
not getting ready to sit up here and make
No, no,
appliance
no, no, no,
excuses.
no. I'm just telling you how it is, right?
There's
When I
dishwashers
got
as well.
two teenage daughters in the house, right? Somebody asked me about washing dishes. I don't wash no damn dishes, right? I don't. I it's an option as far as cooking. I used to cook a lot, but here's the thing, right? Okay, I'm too busy around the house, outside the house. You know how long I spend getting my yards together? I'm on the
Yep.
roof. I'm
Look,
installing.
look, look, look.
Hold on.
I'm
I'm
I'm gonna tell
installing
you something. I'm gonna
security.
tell you
Hold on. No,
something.
no, no. I'm installing security systems. I'm making sure the car is good. Like, you know, sometimes when I get done fixing stuff, rearranging the garage, putting the AC units up with stuff and breaking all that. Everybody is asleep and I'm still up. So
I'm
when you talking about cooking and cleaning, are you fucking kidding me? You know what? I said one time, you know
There's
what?
more, and then we're not
Hold on, hold
talking.
on.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about a working woman or a
Melon,
housewife?
hold up. Okay, to take it even on that, right? To take it on that. Everybody know me when I'm on YouTube. Who's with me most of the time? My 3-year-old son, right? Ex-military. So you already know the amount of hours that we work. Like, come on now. I listen, and I grew up around a
I
lot of other cultures. You got people who have two businesses and a doctor degree, women, and they still come home and it's nothing. And they're wondering why American women are complaining. And they like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
It's
And
not
they're
about
working women.
complaining. It's not about complaining.
What? Because you work, we both work though, Mella.
It's not
And most
about
of the time
complaining.
I'm working more,
It's about
me
lack
might be
of
working more
hold
hours.
on. Damn.
Go
It's
ahead.
about not communicating.
What about what?
That's where I'm coming from with it. Okay, I'm not sitting up here waving pom poms like, oh,
No, no, no,
men
no. I'm
should
not
shut
saying
up
that.
and women can't do no wrong. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there is a lack of communication. Like, okay, this is the situation. We both work at least 40 hours a week, and we both need to eat. We both need to take care of these children. We both need to do this, this, and so. So let's assign responsibilities that are impenetrable. Keyword impenetrable. That means like come rain, sleet, shine, or snow. This is what the fuck you supposed to do. And if you ain't doing it, something's wrong. People don't communicate what their roles are. They just don't. They go with the flow, and that's how everything gets messed up.
But Mela, unless you
See,
have a house full of kids, right? Right? Or you have uh, big teenagers who, you know what I mean, maybe on the basketball team, right? Hold on.
Communication, man.
Well, I get it, but if you have teenagers like who going through that period, right? Of course they're going to eat a lot. You get that, right? But some people, it's not really like that, or they may have young kids. So I ask people, are you cooking? We're not cooking every day, Mela, because I used to cook, right? A lot. I would cook every
You
three
have
days because I would make
somebody
big
has to
meals.
be responsible for meal planning, meal
Exactly. So
preparedness,
you're not cooking
and
every
all that
day.
stuff. Exactly. Somebody has to be responsible for the inventory of necessities, or it could be a combine, or you could, and I'll tell you this, like the man or the woman could be responsible for what is supplied in the home while they're checking with their their spouse, like, look how much money we've saved because I've clipped these coupons. Like, you all keep in touch with one another about how you're maintaining your sanctuary. I'm talking about
Hold up,
communication.
but
But
Mela,
some,
Mela, hold up, Mela. Like one thing I'm not gonna argue about, because that shit can get into an argument. It's like, okay, if you ain't cooking, something's wrong. I'm not arguing about the meal I want you to cook for me, because if I gotta argue with you to cook me a meal, I'm not eating that shit.
Well, what also what women don't do is they don't
I'm not.
pre-plan. That you have to like make a week ahead, like this is what's going to be for dinner for the week. Like some people are so gifted with it, they do it for the month, but at the very least, do it for the week. Like,
hmm
this is what we're
No, that
having
that makes
for the
sense.
week, and,
But
and stick to that shit, because they
I'm
look
just saying,
forward to it.
I was in a
Even
7-year marriage. I can count on one hand the amount of times this woman cooked. She did not
Shit.
cook.
That's what I'm saying. People go with the flow, and
Yeah.
that they go with the flow as opposed
See,
to
I
having structure. And men
And to be
need
honest,
structure.
had
Am I
she had
lying?
cooked anything,
uh,
I would
that's
not
true.
have eaten that shit.
all right, so let
Mm.
me ask you this, Mela. Let me ask you this. When it comes to stuff in the home, right? As far as what I'm supposed to do you think a woman should have to remind me what I'm supposed to do every time? Should not know what I'm supposed to do as a man in the house?
No one is supposed to be reminded of
But
what they're supposed to do.
yeah, so like when you establish that, like after you do that, I mean, like how much more establishing
And if they
did you have
falter,
to do?
then something is wrong and you straighten that shit out.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, right? Now, okay, and I know for myself, and I don't know about Auntie or Care 504 or whatever, right? Listen, if I tell you the shit that I did, I think I probably did a little bit too much, right? And I didn't get the same in return, right? And
Hmm
I still heard complaining, right? And I'm talking about maybe two or three relationships. Like after the fact, when you go out in the real world and you meet other people, sometimes you realize how good you had it. Listen, men and women, there's a lot of people complaining, and like in our Western culture, like yo, we are kind of lazy compared to other people. Like let's keep it 100.
Yeah, we yeah
Because
We
they
need
have all
lazy.
this stuff,
we
and
need
we still
structure.
complain.
W-
We'll still come because we listen. We
Where's the
overconsume.
structure?
We
That's
listen
all
as a
it's about.
we
Structure.
overconsume. We do a lot of things compared to other, and like other people come over here and excel because to other people we are spoiled. The shit that we complain about, other people
Hmm
like shit. You got a house. Wait a minute. You got a two-bedroom and compartment apartment.
But
And you
there's no
complaining about
structure.
cleaning? There's two rooms and a kitchen.
If there's look,
Yeah.
look, there there has to be structure because you can't think straight if you don't have structure.
Listen,
Now
if I
I'm
gotta keep,
retired. Look, I'm retired. I'm blessed to be retired, okay? So I can make whatever it is I want to do with my day. However, I know what it takes to run an effective household, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It takes structure. It takes what is to
I
be
know, right,
done
Nisha?
from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. back all the way up to 5 a.m. again. You make sure that that is running like clockwork. That way everybody is so reassured, okay? Capital reassured that they have time to, just
For
design their
themselves.
life for the for their they have time to design their future when their home life is structured. And I don't know
Mhm.
why people don't understand that. That's what I learned from the military.
Yeah, but let me tell
That's
you
what
what
I
happens.
learned.
Let me tell you what
Like if
happens
your
when
life
you
is
leave.
not structured, you're gonna be all over the goddamn place. You're gonna
I
be
know.
like, well, I'm in the
True that.
mood for this and I'm in the mood for that. No, ain't no fucking mood. It's the schedule, motherfucker.
I
Bitch.
I
It's
get
that.
that, but at the same time, like I get that, but here's the thing: it's not really that complicated. Once you set it up, it's not really that complicated because you'll have people complaining about some of the things that they have to do in the home, right? And it's a lot. But guess what? Magically, when you're not with that person, they're doing that shit anyway. They got to
Mm-hmm.
do it anyway.
There
Thank
was
you.
no
So
if
whether
there's
I'm
an
here or not, you
agreement,
got to do this shit anyway.
if there's an agreement of structure,
No, no, no,
everything will
no.
be
Out
fine.
outside of the structure, Mela. If two
What
people are
what
not
okay,
together,
what's happening outside the
no, no, no,
structure?
no, no. I'm saying if two people are not together, guess what? You still got to eat. So you're gonna cook. You still want to clean your place. You still got to wash your clothes,
Yeah,
right?
Nixon's talking about the
That's
basics. The
part of the
basics should
I'm
never
structure.
talking about the
change.
basics. It take that much struggle, but people talk. I got to do it. Listen, that's what adults have to do, single or not.
Well,
You
they
you
just got
should
a
be doing
funky
that when
ass
you're single,
attitude. And they
huh?
haven't matured yet. They have
There
a
you go. There you
you
go.
know,
Yeah, because I mean, shit. Listen, and that's why we should be teaching our sons as well. Learn how to
it's
cook. Learn how to do this stuff. So if
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
you're
I
by
had to
yourself,
teach mine.
you can take care of yourself.
I had to
So
teach mine.
yeah, so if a woman
Yeah.
leaves or a man leaves, guess what? Nothing stops. I'm still cooking. I'm still cleaning. My place is still straight, with or without
well,
you,
they was why were they attracted to somebody that didn't have structure in the first place?
because us, we're not, and it falls on
We not
us.
structured.
Yeah,
I
Because
mean,
we
give an
big butts
example.
and
I didn't
nice
come from a
smile.
structured family. I had to
thank you,
get out here as a man and try to wing it,
thank you.
and still, do what I thought was, my superhero in life and mentor was James Evans Jr. on Good Times.
There
No
you go.
matter what it took for me to go out there and go do it, I was gonna go out there and work and go do it all. Even if back in the day, even if I had to hustle and do it. Because
Yeah,
one of the most fulfilling things for men like me, Nixon and probably T, and is nothing is nothing is nothing more gratifying than knowing your family is okay.
yeah,
Nothing more to a man is knowing my
Hmm.
kids straight, my old lady straight, the house
That's a
straight, the
fact.
business
You hear what I'm
right. That's
saying?
fulfilling to us. Right. We
hmm
don't need nothing from that. I
right.
remember when
I
my daughter's mother passed
hmm
for cancer, and my mama was fighting cancer. And I had my daughter here and my mom, and it was fulfilling to me that I was able to take care of both of the women under one roof, my mama and my daughter, my youngest, and go out there and come home and make sure they was okay, as a caretaker and a provider and stuff like that. That's fulfilling. And at 50 years old, my goal is to make sure my kids straight, set off into a good path, and after that, the Lord can take me because I'm finished, and I appreciate it to run. But that's all that really matters to a man at the end. Some of them dudes on some money kick. My thing is to build some wealth so I can leave something, a couple houses or something to give them the start that a lot of black folks never had. That's why we're
hmm
so far behind.
Right. So she's not distracted with poverty. Exactly. Because poverty is a distraction. And it's difficult to climb out of poverty if you don't have structure.
Yeah, but you know
Right.
what? When it comes to what men do, I hear some people say, "Oh, I had to survive. I had to go and survive." That there's no survival mode for men. That's just us waking up. That's what we do. That's what we born to do. We get out there. If a man is not working, like the way we look at men, you can take two homeless people, one a woman, one a man. We'll help the woman out before we help the man because we look at him like you should have your shit together. We're hard on men. So when it
Yeah.
comes to us doing our job, I don't care if you got to work 17 hours, right? I don't care if you got to come home and do whatever. Men, let complaining, don't do that. Just do your job. That's normally what men like. Men are going to do their job. They're not going to complain because we don't, no, dog, you complaining about doing your job. We're just supposed to do it. If we help with the kids, we change diapers. We don't say, hey, look, I changed the diaper fast and you let me do it. Because men just do. We don't brag about what we do. We just do it. We don't brag. We don't compare. We just do it and be on our way. That's just what men do. We don't need a pat on the back for cutting the grass and trying to compare. And I did laundry better. That's the difference with between some men and women. That's what men do. And if another man complain, we'll look at him funny. Come on, dog.
Right.
Get it together.
Hmm.
So that's why a
Right.
lot of men have it hard when we mention these type of stuff because society tell us we're not supposed to complain about doing nothing for our family. As a
Right.
man,
It's like when I ride through New Orleans sometime and I see some of the homeless dudes and I know people have some psychological issues, but they got a nigga standing right there around Claiborne, man. This nigga finding
Claiborne.
in me. This nigga good. This nigga healthy. I'm like, nigga, you got on Jordans
Mhm.
and panhandling and asking for money, man. See, I can't respect no dude like that. You know, I can respect a janitor just as much as I can respect a man with a degree, because at least he going out there and trying to get it. Or a dishwasher. I can any man going out there trying to get it, I ain't mad at him. You know, you might not always make the dollars, but if he home trying to take care of his kids, he got all my respect. I know some dudes that don't make nothing, little or nothing. I'm in New Orleans, so I hit a high value thing, but the average salary in New Orleans is maybe 19, 20,000. That's
Yeah.
full time. So a lot of these brothers still, it's just the way the city run. There's not a lot of opportunities outside the service industry, which is the city. That's what the city is completely about: hotels, restaurant, a party.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dump on these dudes who've been working 40, 42 hours and just making 30,000. I've seen some of them dudes take care of their kids, bring their kids to the park every weekend
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I don't judge on the money. And they don't either. Men don't really judge. If you make good money, that's good. But we still go respect the man that get out there, that stepped out his mama house at 18
Yeah.
and tried to be a man, you know, and tried to get it done because it's already in him to do that. So that's just my take on that one.
Yeah. It's just hard, man. It's just hard because here's the thing, right? You know, we have this thing as far as like you can't say certain words now, right? 2020, right? If you really and I observe stuff, 2020 messed a lot of stuff up because before
Yeah.
2020, you could say, we now look, we can still say bro, right? But
Hmm.
damn, you can't say sis anymore. Yo, you can't say queen anymore. Now that's an insult. Like we really got to keep up. Like,
And you
what do we
can't
say
say
now?
female.
You can't
Bruh,
say
yo, can
female.
I share something with y'all? I watch a lot of weird stuff on Twitter, maybe, but I found the channel called Libs of TikTok where they they share some of these young Gen Z. I don't even want to say it's just them, but a lot of these new words people be making up, new terms. You know what I'm saying? It seems
Hmm.
that people like to just share their thoughts on TikTok, right? I'm gonna go find one of these videos real quick and share with you. But this shit, you might laugh or you might just shake your head. I'm gonna find it real quick and share with you.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I mean, it's just like, you so now you really can't say nothing, do nothing. But here's the thing, man. I really don't like it when women get on women about, oh, you cook his dinner, or you do this and you do that. Listen, if you got a man that's about his business, love his family, and love his partner, listen, you only have to do a little bit for us, right? If you give us
Hmm.
an inch, we gonna take it a mile. We don't need
Hmm.
that much of a pat on the back. But if we had to walk to work, 2 miles to walk to work, just for the little encouragement, hey baby, have a good day, a kiss on the cheek, yo, that's the easiest 2 miles ever. And we go there and
Hell
put
yeah.
extra hours in at that and put with a smile on our face and bring home that bacon.
Right. Work don't even matter. Don't even matter what the job is at that point. It's go
Exactly.
there, come on home.
Exactly. And if we have something to give to you, You know, we give you before we give ourselves, just to make sure you happy. So, you know, all that, you know, I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning. Like, you know, you it's here's the thing, like, and a lot of men cook too. So it's a system, but at the same time, like, I don't get it when a lot of people want to be spoiled, but they don't want to cater. Like, nah, listen, you can't be spoiled if you don't want to cater. You're not about to benefit, and I'm sitting here. That's not how that works. We both supposed to be doing it for each other. So if you get
Firstly, know the
mad,
difference
like
between a
if
static or
we
a
have an
stable
argument,
gender, one
right,
that doesn't change, and a
and the
fluid
rent
gender,
still
one
get
that
paid,
does change. Now,
gas
Libra
is still
gender.
in your car,
Hey guys, let's
right?
talk gender. Hey
When
guys.
it's on your end, if I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do, and you get mad and you used to bring make my plate and bring it to the table, but you not, oh, we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what you see a lot of this stuff nowadays to where, come on,
Hmm.
man, no matter what goes on, you still
Well,
supposed to.
for men like us, if you meet us 20% of the way, we good. 20,
Yeah,
30,
yeah.
30% is excellent. I don't need no more than that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You're gonna spoil me.
Well, yeah.
20, right. Just have just the basic. I remember like Mella was just saying, like somebody was saying, dudes didn't even want to come home. I remember,
Yeah.
man, I've been working at UPS, man, and we'll stop and get a beer after work and chop it up with some of the old workers. And I wasn't living with a woman at this time. It was my girlfriend at the house. I'm like, man, I don't want. It's a shame. I ain't want to go to my own damn apartment. And I had to think about that. But that was a bad choice on my end. If I got to feel that way, I really shouldn't have been dealing with this one.
There you
You
go.
know.
And that goes for both men and women. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, people do their part, whatever their part is in their role in your situation. But that don't mean you be disrespectful. You know what I mean? If they're not working or they're working part time and you come home, that don't mean you throw your clothes all over the place. That don't mean you make a mess and leave it there.
Hmm.
Even if they're home all day, it's like you gotta have some. You still gotta have some type of respect. You don't make a mess purposely for someone to clean up behind you. Like, come on now.
Right.
Yeah, I found it. I found it. I found it. The one that I seen today and a couple other ones that blew my mind. I screen shared it. I don't know if it's up though. You see it, Auntie?
I know you
Hold
lying.
up, it's on Twitter.
Yeah. Well,
I know
it
they
comes from
might
TikTok.
tag me for putting something on Twitter.
Oh,
'Cause I got a copyright strike for some Twitter shit a while ago. But hold
yeah.
up.
It's
Okay.
a TikTok video through Twitter. Let me see. I probably could find the original TikTok video, but I could also cut off the parts that's not important. Hold on. There you go. So now all you seeing is the video itself. Yeah, it's just like the video now, right? You don't see the Twitter stuff,
Yeah,
but you see the
nope.
TikTok logo.
Right.
All right. I don't know if the audio is playing.
Hey
Can
guys,
you hear
let's
it?
talk gender, specifically
Mm-mm.
Libra
Nah,
genders.
Yeah. Then I gotta redo it maybe.
nah, that's probably on my end.
Oh,
Hey, but Kev.
Uh huh.
So
try
with
again.
that though, if
Oh,
you
I
still
didn't click
working,
share audio. I didn't click share audio. My
if you're
bad.
working and y'all live in an apartment, that's a different story because it ain't like you got to do a lot of stuff around the house. So you might
No.
have to share a little bit. You
Man,
might
I
have to.
had a condo for a long
Hey
time,
guys,
man.
let's
Yeah,
talk gender,
Till I got a
yeah,
house, I was like, I ain't want to cut grass. I
yeah.
was
You
doing the
you you
best. I
got to
had a
pitch
nice
in.
time.
If you got
Right.
an apartment, then yeah, you definitely, yeah, your ass got to pitch in because it ain't nothing but two or three rooms. So it ain't like you got to do all the house stuff. So
Hmm.
it's a little different ball game. You know what I mean?
Or I think I got it this time. I didn't click share audio. Let me try one more time.
Hold up, I'll bring it up. Give me a second here.
Yeah, I didn't hit share audio. That's what happened. If y'all are confused with all these new terminologies, I totally understand because I don't know what some of these people be talking about.
That's
They
what
make
it's
up
all about,
words
man.
and then
Come
now you
up with a
gotta
new shit
respect
every
it.
other day, man.
Word, they come up with brand new words and you gotta respect it.
Yeah,
Let
we
me know
gotta
if you
learn
hear
from
it.
black people.
Hey guys, let's talk gender,
Yeah, we need.
specifically Libra
All
genders.
right.
Firstly, know the difference between a static or a stable gender, one that doesn't change, and a fluid gender, one that does change. Now, Libra
What
genders.
the
Libra
fuck?
gender people feel mostly agender with a slight connection to another gender. Firstly, Libra feminine, and I do want you guys to keep in mind for the rest of the video that there is another black line down there. Feminine people feel mostly agender and slightly feminine. Describe it as feeling a strong connection to agender as well as a lesser connection to femininity. Libra masculine is the opposite, where someone feels mostly agender and slightly masculine. Described as having a strong connection to being genderless as well as a lesser connection to being masculine. Lastly, we have Libra fluid. Libra
The
fluid
fuck?
people feel mostly agender with a slight connection to another gender that fluctuates throughout other genders. Stay with me here. They feel a strong connection to being agender, and another part of their gender feels fluid. One part will always feel agender, the other part will fluctuate between masculine and feminine. Hope that could help. Hey guys,
Nah,
let's talk gender.
No,
Specific.
it doesn't.
nah, you didn't tell
Yeah.
me.
If the confusion.
Confusion shit
So
out of me.
so did
Whatever.
anybody see Billy Madison with Adam Sandler?
No.
All right, so this
Yeah, I
guy,
saw it.
so he was on stage and he rambled off on some answer, gave some bull, and everybody clapped and thought he was cool. But after listening to that, I am now dumber than I was before I heard this.
uh, I'm sorry, yo. Can you withstand lowering your IQ even just a tad bit more? There's another one.
Now, what she's saying is basically gender is based on how you feel, not how you were born.
Uh, I
That's
mean,
pretty much what she's saying.
They recognize 36
They
genders
got
in New
different
York.
categories of how you may be in the L community.
Yeah.
I mean, how many damn categories? You might feel this way. The masculine part might take over this day, so that means you're this, and they just come up with shit to say, man.
they have so
I
many
But
put a
the
poll up
thing
in my
is,
Facebook. I put a poll up in my Facebook group. Do you think the L community have more rights than black men? You know, it's that kind of thing. There, you can
I remember you was
poll.
talking about that. Yeah, I remember you was talking about that.
You better ask Lil Boosie.
Hmm.
They about to cancel him.
so
I
check
seen
this
him
out,
on
right?
the Breakfast Club, the little slight interview he did because of what he said something recently. I didn't even hear what he said, but I know Boosie from prior comments. He speaks out against certain behaviors in that community, right?
Right.
So I figured he had to say something else crazy. I didn't hear what he said this time around, but I think it was something that having to do with the baby situation.
Yeah,
And you know,
not
some
the
people.
baby. Yeah, the baby and Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going on in my mind, gentlemen. This show putting up a lot of gay black dudes to lead the charge with this L community thing, man. You know, I'm
Mhm.
looking now. You know, you got Lil Nas X about to get a Taco Bell commercial after he made the video. You
Mhm.
know, I think Boss was saying made a
He
good
about to
little
be
thing on
he
that.
about to be an executive with Taco Bell.
Yeah, right. They're gonna give him
Yeah.
that, right? Go. They gonna do that. They, you know, they love to plaster us up there to lead the way for a bunch of gay men. You know, gay white men. You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people starting to think. See, I remember, you know, Nixon, T, y'all niggas remember, man, back in the days, white men was the ones who getting caught cross dressing and all that kind of stuff. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
Hey,
married
I'm
with kids and stuff.
non-binary,
well,
so
here's the
you can
thing, like,
call
because you
me
got like
Mr. Zoa,
Studio
you can
54,
call me
like
Miss Zoa, you can call me
black
Mix Zoa,
gays
that's
wasn't really
MX
out there
period,
advertised like
and
that.
I
But
go
you got
by
to think
all
about it, right?
pronouns. That's it.
And
Thank you.
it's not the other gay men from other cultures. It's not them. It's just
Hmm.
the companies and the advertising. Like the movie, because Hollywood and the music industry, right? Um, Remember back in the day, like you couldn't say certain stuff, right? You
Hmm.
couldn't use the N word. You couldn't use certain violence, right? But then when they saw how it was marketable, then
Hmm.
they was telling rappers you got to use more violence, more N words, and they like, yo, what? Like, yo, I think you playing us.
Right, and see now you got to be extra G,
Yeah,
extra L, you know,
Hmm.
yeah,
and they gonna put us on the forefront with that.
yeah.
They
So that's
literally
why
got they literally got our community thinking that half the men are gay. You know,
you
like
see
really
us
y'all
out
think
there
that?
because a lot of stuff is popular, and then when it comes to culture, like we kind of drive a lot of culture. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's sports, whether it's music, like
Mhm.
I don't care what they say about rap. You got country doing rap. You got everybody trying to do rap. Like
Mhm.
rap
Yeah,
is
but this is my thing, Nick. They don't put no other men out there like that. You ain't seeing no white men out there on Front Street like that. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no, because like that's what I'm saying. The culture is driving it. Like, and think about it,
Now,
right?
even if the white man has a boyfriend or a husband, you don't see him on television wearing a dress.
Or
Facts,
twerking in prison.
facts.
There you
Uh,
go. So,
right.
I mean, the fact is, the black man is less of a threat if he's wearing a dress
Right.
Yeah,
And
and
see, they
makeup.
think that shit funny. That's like
yeah,
the back here when Ricky Williams wore that dress and took a picture with the coach. You
yeah,
know, they didn't. You know, I live out in the south. A lot of white folks thought that shit was funny. This shit ain't funny. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And they get off on that.
But you
So
think it's
It's the
then,
strategy?
same reason why people put damn wool sweaters on pit bulls, you know what I'm saying? And they put leashes on tigers
I
Yeah,
put
and
a,
shit.
a bull on
You know what I'm
top
saying?
of
I'm
pit
just
bull
being
head.
honest. They want to show you that they can domesticate. Yeah, they want to show you that they can domesticate you.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you think about it, right? You think about as far as when it comes to like culture and stuff like this, like you can send a lot of messages because you know what drives certain cultures, right? So
Mhm.
you know it just looks more profitable, right? Like
Mhm.
because think about it, very innovative, very creative when it comes to certain things.
We've
So
always been that. Yeah,
yeah,
they've been capitalizing off our
yeah,
ideas for the
yeah.
longest.
Like you would never know who started the Me Too movement because it's been hijacked. Like BLM, quote, companies come in, they want to do hashtags, they want to benefit because they know the buying dollar is outrageous, right? So listen, they know that the buying power is outrageous. They know you're driving the culture as far as what's popular, right? So yeah, that's why, and like Ann said, yeah, that aspect too, they're going to domesticate that situation. So and I point that out with the Black TikTok strike. Now, those people were meeting celebrities, doing the dances that 13 and 14-year-olds created, right?
Mhm.
Now, I'm thankful
One
that
second. Hey,
Black people
Mahogany. Go ahead.
did a strike,
Go
right?
ahead, mister.
Yeah, they did a strike. And now, okay, some of you entertainers got to recognize these ladies because these young ladies, these girls, mostly girls, have helped to make certain people's song popular, like Megan Thee Stallion's Savage. That
Mhm.
TikTok dance helped her. Pooh Shiesty, right? The June Bug. That dance had helped his song make a lot of money.
Right.
Drake's song Shiggity helped it. So you got to give these content creators uh, some credit. But what you don't do is take girls who've been copying their stuff and have them doing the Super Bowl or have them on shows and getting paid without credit this 14-year-old black girl who did it. So now since they exposed that and the reason why it came out and these girls are getting credit now, and so tell me we can't do this, but yet black TikTokers can actually go on strike and not do no dances. So now you TikTok is looking crazy. People making up some weird, stupid looking dances, and even people, in other cultures are like, "Yo, we need y'all back because this shit is crazy." So they recognize, but yeah,
Right.
and they've been doing dance like, yeah, the white girl doing a dance like, "Yo, black TikTokers going strike, and this is the shit you leave us with," just joking like they're recognizing, yeah, we're recognizing your talent, like TikTok is looking crazy right now because they're trying to come up
Mhm.
with dances that they didn't make that they made on their own and it looks crazy.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
that stuff can be done as a whole. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so therefore you're seeing the influence that these young people have on it. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of this stuff, man. And a lot of stuff does get hijacked. And
And see, I personally believe that you, especially, I think black people, especially black men, we trendsetters. I don't think we realize our marketing value. A lot of
facts,
people follow us around the world. You
facts.
know, back in the days when Wu Tang Clan them went to damn China, they had
Oh,
damn near a mob. You know, those kind of things there. That we have a major following. Every dance move, every all the athletes, all that, even the biggest influence when LeBron speak is a thing, so we already know that we trendset. We just got to capitalize on it
But
for
Kev, what
ourselves.
about the appreciation? Because
Mhm.
a lot of times, yo, if you don't respect what you got enough or recognize it enough, listen, let me tell you, you ask Wu Tang and you ask a couple of people, right? The
Mhm.
difference between them doing a tour in the US versus them doing a tour around the world, and they'll tell you, we get more love around the world.
Mhm.
They got people, listen, the Asian community, when it comes to breakdancing, bro, yeah, they got it, bro. They done took it.
Thank
They
you.
running with it,
And
bro.
then she
You
And
called
they
me
go
a
still
over,
running
G-word
with it,
man.
man. They
you
still
go,
running with it.
yes,
And
and they
yes,
could
it
listen. Them
hurt.
brothers, listen, mad respect. You go to Germany,
And this is
right?
why
I can probably
black
holler
women have
at
such a
one of you
hard
and
time
a lot of
accepting
cats in Germany
compliments from
and have a
people,
talk about
especially
hip hop.
white
Yo,
people.
they know the
Because I
four
thought she was just
elements.
being
Five of
nice,
them
so I
things
said
with
thank you.
African
And then
mythology,
she
bro.
called me a
Had
tree
knowledge,
ornament.
but they can break down hip hop. They
And
still
yes, it
tagging
hurt.
balls, breakdancing, b-boying.
Mhm.
Like
And this
They
is
so
still on
why
hip hop, yeah.
and they appreciate it. And I'm not mad at them because I come from that and I respect that. But like, come on, bro. Like they respecting a lot of stuff. You don't put out stuff and then give it away. But then you got these young kids saying, "Oh, well, I'm a rock star. I'm not a rapper." Oh, so that's what you do in hip hop? It's about money. It's not about the art. Oh, so you just giving this stuff away to these execs where guys before you had to fight the execs. They had to fight the radio stations. They had to fight Congress. They had to fight censorship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different ball game
Right.
nowadays, man.
Mhm.
Hit you with that 360 deal, and they got their hands on
Oh man. Oh no, yeah. And I'm sorry because as we mentioned Boosie earlier, I'm scrolling looking for this other thing to show y'all too regarding what we was talking about, and I see Boosie on the Twitter timeline. I see why they keep taking this man Instagram page.
He got to stop talking, man. You can't put it out there. They took his Instagram before.
Yeah.
And,
nah,
you can't comment on it.
kid.
I'm with him when he was talking about Wade and Wade little boy. Don't cut off his thing, man. The boy
Kev,
10 years
Yeah.
old.
that's not it, Kev. That's not
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you seen some of his stuff, dog, I don't know how the hell he think they not gonna come for him. When I say
Bro.
Yeah.
some of that
Nah,
adult
what
damn near
Kev said,
content,
man, that was the real sound bite. I thought that was the sound bite of the year, man. I thought Boosie was gonna make a track out of that. Man, don't cut his dick off, dog.
Don't cut off his dick, man. Yeah.
He
No,
did the
man. Don't
whole
cut off that man. Dang, man.
yeah. But I seen some damn near soft porn type
Here you
stuff, and
go.
I'm like, yo, why do you not
Twitter.
cut
No,
your
Twitter
dick
is
off,
loose.
bro?
Twitter is loose. Twitter, you can. That's why I'm wondering. I wanted to do a video on YouTube with some of the stuff I'm finding on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, Twitter. But then I realized Twitter be having people having straight up porn on Twitter, and it's cool. Instagram, you can't do that, but you
Oh
can go
man,
borderline.
you gotta take that. You gotta take that down, man. That's a little too much.
What's that?
Yeah, just
Oh, well, I brought it up. Oh yeah, there
yeah,
you go.
that's
That's what. Oh yeah, I forgot I hit share. My bad. I was trying to show you, yeah, real quick. This nigga Boost. Yeah, I forgot I hit share on that shit. My bad. Yeah, but that's what I was talking about, Boosting a while enough. But yeah, yeah, and every platform, what I mean, different. Twitter is the wild, wild west, bro. But you'll get banned quick for saying the wrong thing, but they got straight up porn on Twitter.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Boosie tripping, man. I'm like, come on, bro. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, why you take my account, dog? Like, dog, have you seen your own account, bro? Come on, bro. Have
Yeah, I
you
don't want to
seen
see
it?
him lose money. I know the rap game ain't bringing in that kind of paper for him, and he just lost one of his stars, Mo 3. I'm like, I know you need to make money, man, but
I mean,
man,
yeah.
just be
With
careful.
with COVID, now with COVID, all of the rappers took a hit because you can't do shows like you were doing. So
Yeah, I'm talking about Mo 3 got killed. He had just signed Mo
yeah,
3, Because a lot of them rappers try to go into production and get a younger rapper, and Mo3 was promising, to pull him out. That's why I was just talking about that. Then once they killed him, that cut off a lot of his money, and that
Yeah,
child support catching up with him.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they think they gonna make it forever. You know.
yeah, but
Yeah,
people like Michael Blackston, he made money. They used their OnlyFans girls to do videos, and what he did was he there's a couple of people that kicked it off. He was one of them. So he drove attention to their OnlyFans, right? So it's kind of like a deal. Like, they get in the video, he makes money, and he was like, a cash app them. He made sure they got paid, and they made sure his streams were live. And like you see, Michael Blackson, he got that podcast now. So he's one of the guys that made money, right? And Tory Lanez made money. He had what's that podcast like he had a lot of people coming to his streams or whatever. He got a deal off of that. It got yanked with that when that Megan stuff, but he had a $10 million deal for MTV. Then you had Bootsy was doing stuff. So some rappers actually utilize um, their social media. D Nice, D Nice got so many deals outside of that. Him playing those streams, he had the Mrs. Obama. He had so many people coming to his streams, and he broke, I think, the record of live streams twice. And he's made a lot of money just by using online. So some people actually use a lot of that stuff to their advantage, and they made money. Others they didn't. So you know, you gotta know if you got a platform, you got it, and you a celebrity. If you know how to utilize that, those are the guys that made a lot of money.
But I think we was having this conversation once before when I was bringing up people on YouTube who we don't know, but they got like several million subs. They get several million views off of throwing up a bullshit video. Again, I know YouTube promotes or
the cat sector.
nah.
Sector of YouTube.
Nah, well, I've looked at some cat videos, but yeah, be having 7 million subs for 1 minute cat videos and shit. And I'm like, yo.
They just want to watch cats.
Yo.
Jack shit.
Bruh, I mean, I even see videos.
They watch cats cough up hairballs. All day.
Bruh.
Bro, I stumbled upon some chick's channel, and this wasn't cats or none of that, man. It was just some, when I say some ratchet chick, I mean it, man. The only thing this chick did, man, it sounded like a ghetto 3-way phone call, man. This chick had like 2,000 people watching at one time. I'm talking about super chat popping, cash apps popping. This chick is talking about shoplifting weave. She talking about shoplifting weave. Another chick is on her panel, cammed up, rolling up a spliff. Like, yeah, this is what I saw on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Bro.
Well, again, that I'm confused with what's allowed on YouTube and what's not. Because there's another trend that was brought to my attention by this guy who has a channel, decent following. He was talking about the nude yoga or the naked yoga. I don't know if anybody heard about that. It's been something that's been going on, but he brought it to my attention. And so I went and looked at the one particular video that he brought up. I can't find that video no more. I think once he made mention of it, the views blew up on the video. It already had like 3 million views. But the one particular video that he mentioned, this woman, either it was supposed to be a link to a outside channel to get people to come to her X-rated material, right? Or it really was honestly just a nude yoga thing, but the production of it was really good. So it might have been low-key softcore porn, right? Because when I searched up the nude yoga thing, I saw there were some people who were genuinely doing it, and then there were people who was like, are you ready? Click the link in the bio to get the full video here type shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. But the girl, in the one video that the dude was doing the video on, she was actually a really good looking woman. I mean, she looked like on some Amber Rose type shit. You know what I'm saying? And she was sitting there doing the yoga poses, completely butt naked. And then the camera was focused right there for you to see, right up between her legs, right? So she doing certain yoga poses where you just getting like the full back shot view. She doing the laying down and one leg over this way. And it's yoga. But I think they pulled that video down.
I got a client of mine, and I've actually been working for her for about a year, doing her SEO, and that's her business, naked yoga. So
wow.
Naked yoga is big business, bro. It's big business. Or just do a Google search for it. You'll see how many businesses and websites pop up of yoga instructors that specialize in butt naked yoga.
The amount of things,
websites and all,
bruh. Wow. They got a nude cleaning service I found out about. I think it's out in California. They got a nude, but then again, that makes me think when I see stuff like that, is it a low key way for people to do like sex work, or are they really trying to be cutting edge?
Huh? It's real. Like, trust me, this woman pays me to do her marketing. It's real. She and her husband, do it, and people pay her to come and do it. You know what I'm saying? Do yoga but naked. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Very, very much real. Trust me, man. I've seen some industries that I didn't even know fucking existed, bro.
Yeah.
Over the last few years of doing what I do. And to go on what Mahogany said here, she said, yeah, she just spoke. Somebody got a video of a cat riding a vacuum. And I'm pretty sure that done hit over 1 million views. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Here you are working your ass off, and you like, damn, 300 views.
Well, no, it's simple. No, babies and animals, bro.
I put my kid on Roblox, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I put in some of those kids videos. Kids just line up.
Yeah.
Just to watch other kids play a video game.
Kids playing with toys, and you can see their hands moving the damn toys and whatever. Like, views is crazy.
Get a toddler and a pit bull and have the toddler just go hug the dog. You'll get about 1 million views on that. I seen one video on Instagram, the little baby.
You got 3 and 4 year olds making $10,000 a month on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. I tell you, the first person I seen make that kind of money on YouTube was Ryan's toy review.
Oh man.
Yeah, them people made a killing. I was like, God damn, I ain't mad at
you. Yeah.
Hey, just bought it. They was sending the kids toys, just let them play with it. That's it.
Hey fellas, I got 4.5 hours. I got a meeting. I'm gonna get off, give me a little sleep,
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, El Nixon, because it's about 6 a.m. over here. I gotta shut it down too.
See that's what happens, man. When Auntie come back, man, we like, yo, we talking forever because we just, you know what I mean? We enjoy the stream, bro.
Yeah, I'll be back up. I might even be back up later on this afternoon or tonight. I know I'll be saying that and then I don't do it, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, I definitely catch it if I can. I go into work at 4 in the afternoon, and I'm there usually till like 1 in the morning. So, yeah, hopefully I can catch it.
Streams are kind of tough to catch the replay for. Like when the stream's 5 hours long, it's like, who wants to catch the Because I don't watch my when people be like, yo, I caught the replay. It's like, how the hell you catch the replay? I don't even watch the replay.
Yeah, now one is a long stream.
This is a short stream compared to the streams I was doing before, man. I was like, them streams were 10, 11, 12 hours, man. And people like, yeah, I watched the whole replay. I'm like, are you serious, bro?
Hey, in the famous words of this unknown content creator, he said, yeah, I'm back, and I ain't going nowhere. Hey, man,
I've been accused of being in hiding. I'm like, nah, I've been popping up.
Yeah, you see the eyes.
I just haven't been live because I'm like, this is it's still work. Like you can't just pop in and out when you're on your own damn stream. Right.
Oh, but while I got you, Auntie, before you go, quick question, because again, I'm not sure. What is like YouTube's policy with these like fight videos? You know, you can go to Instagram and Twitter and see it, but how they feel about that? Is it like that'll be something that get the video flag?
It depends on where you get it from. And you know what I'm saying, if you put up a fair use banner or just say it. You know what I'm saying? If you getting like, you know what I'm saying, ESPN or UFC content.
Oh no. I'm talking about street fight, like cell phone video fight. Like there was some stuff that I caught across Instagram and I wanted to react to it or talk about it. But I'm like, yo, is like a issue with having those type of videos on YouTube, you know, like violence policy or promoting violence? Cause you know, they'll enforce shit when they feel like, you know what I mean? Cause like that Pittsburgh, like the video with the dude fighting at the Pittsburgh game, I wanted to speak on that, you know what I mean? And react, but
you should be good on that. I mean, as far, and I'm sure Mahogany, she's been around longer, so maybe she can maybe add something to that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you should be fine as long as you got everything set up with your channel where it's like, you know, it's specified that your content is for those that are 18 years and older.
oh yeah, I got that set up, definitely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No worry.
All right, fellas, I'm about to be out. Hey, it's always good to see y'all, man. You know, we got part of the old crew in some aspects nicked up with the new crew. You know what I mean? From our old spot. You know what I'm saying?
At the old after hours.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's, just like Mahogany said, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Like I said, just make sure your content, just make sure like your channel says your content is for those that are 18 years and up.
Yeah.
I want to say this still, regardless, like, you know what I mean? Because we got to make it, I want to make it specifically known. You know, we still shout out to Bomb Cherry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about any other stuff like that, but, you know, I'm going to just say that, you know what I mean? Be no confusion.
Yeah. No, for real. And damn, I don't have the link to her channel right now, but yeah, her channel is still up under Bomb Cherry Juice. I don't know if Kev 504 knew that, if you found it or not, but yeah, it's still she's got the new channel. It's up.
Okay.
For a second.
Yeah, I heard the other day.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, her channel been up. The new channel been up for like 2 days, man, and Bomb Cherry already got like 300 subs.
All right, good
like
talking to y'all, fellas. I'll chime back in at 4.
Okay.
All right, my brother.
Indian.
Good night.
It's good.
What's up?
Oh.
Here so I could tell you good night or good morning.
Yeah, no, I jumped on because I heard you was getting on.
Y'all take it easy, big brother. I'll let y'all later.
So I want to tell all you guys good night. I heard y'all was getting off. So.
All right. Good night, Care. Good night. Good morning. Yeah.
All right, Indians. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you too, El Nixon. I just jumped on. I see he about to end the stream now, so I was in the chat, so I just wanted to say good night.
She's coming up too. And,
she coming up?
Yeah, I think she just dropped the link to Bomb Cherry's new channel too. So
yeah,
I don't have it.
I'm sorry.
Sure, y'all give us a sub.
Hey, Indian, tell my uncle.
For those watching in the clouds or whatever that's gonna watch the replay, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not fond of the ladies over there or whatever, it's still some fun shit to watch. You never know what's gonna pop off on Bomb shit. So give her a sub. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What's her new channel? Because I see it's not Creole.
Yeah, it's not even working when I click on it.
No. It's not even gonna come up in your subscription feed anymore. It may be back up.
No,
this the new channel. Mahogany just dropped the link to it.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out check it out.
I'm clicking that link, but it ain't bringing me nowhere unless it's just me.
Big Indian, like
yeah, link don't work. Yeah, he said it too. Link don't work. All right, so it ain't just me.
Tell my nephew Bam Bam, Uncle L said what's
up. He said okay. Bam Bam.
All right, y'all. I'm out.
All right, now later, bro.
Good night, El Nixon. You have a good night.
All right, Auntie. All right, Woody, man.
Hold up, before I go, let me see if I can get that link to Bombs real quick. But what was you gonna say, Indian Aura? Cause
Well, I
I
was
got
gonna.
your husband's pink slip in the mail. I got
Oh
it.
God. Oh
It's
golly. No, I wasn't gonna say anything. L Nixon was trying to say something, but he couldn't get it out. So I don't know. I just came on now, but I'm about to roll out with y'all. But I was just saying though, Auntie, I was just wondering, do you make any special requests? Like, you don't play music, huh?
I do. I haven't been on my computer all night, so it's kind of tough for me
Oh,
to
okay,
do it from
okay.
my phone. I'd be willing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've
because I
gotten
jumped
some
on. I was like,
copies out of time.
Auntie, gotta play this request. Okay, yeah, but I feel you.
No, I can't play
Oh,
anything
yeah, we
right
don't want
now.
to do that. We don't need to no copyrights.
I'm
Yeah, we
laying
don't
in
need
my
to no
bed
copyrights.
right now.
Well, yeah, no, but we're good. We're good. But I just jumped on to say good night to Auntie. Good night, Auntie. And I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that.
Wody. You could just call me
Wody.
Matt. You could just call me Matt.
Okay. Okay, I was about to. Okay. Good night,
Yeah.
Auntie and Wody Mac, and hopefully you on tomorrow, and hopefully you fellas jump on too, Wody Mac, and everybody else that was in
If I
here.
can, I'm work late. I'm a late
That's
work.
what I'm
That's why I'm up
saying.
early.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we about to put Auntie to sleep though. About to put Auntie to sleep though.
Hell yeah,
Anyway,
I'm about to pass out. You
right.
know?
So yeah. So good night, Auntie. You know I
Yeah,
love you.
see, that's the thing. Yeah, you know what's up. Love you too, girl. But no, I ain't get all drunk while I was doing the damn stream, so I was able.
Not tonight, huh?
Nah, I don't believe it or not. I don't drink as much as I
Right. Cause
did.